Hello. What's up tonight, everyone? Welcome. Fine Thursday to you all. Good to see ya. What is up, Blizzard Wizard Lustful Deeds, the Card Samurai? Ida Blaze, Striffle, how you doing tonight? Oh my god, this set is insane. This set is so insane. I am absolutely blown away. I cannot believe they print Tovlar's Huntmaster. I didn't read this. So they spoiled this card, Tovlar's Huntmaster, and I was recording Commander Clash, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, all right, that's a big green thing that makes some wolves. Like that's kind of neat. But when you actually read the card, it's literal Grave Titan. It is literally Grave Titan. It is straight up 6 mana, 6/6, enters the battlefield, makes 2/2/2s. Like, that is insane. And then if you flip it around, it is quite literally Grave Titan, where it makes the 2/2s when it attacks as well. It is absolutely bonkers. It is like straight up Grave Titan in standard. That card seems absolutely bonkers to me. This set is so insane. Like, oh man, this set's so good. What's up, Arch? How are you? Jan Raffo, Sethro Jenkins, good to see ya. Just signed papers for my first house yesterday. Had the moving company move all of our stuff to the new house. Time to start unpapping. Oh, I'm about a week away from getting to do that. Yeah, it might even be better than Grave Titan in some ways because it's in green ramps. Also. Also, this card cracks me up. I don't know if you watch Always Sunny. As soon as I saw this, it reminds me of Pappy McPoyle. I don't know if you watch Always Sunny, the courtroom episode where they have the whole trial about the milk wedding. It looks just like him. All you need is the bird like on his head, and it's exactly Pappy McPoyle. So that. This Alex we got Orvindal coming back in the form of Jared. I'm super excited for Innistrad. This set's better than I thought. A little surprised this ended up being a 3-drop, but still. Anyway, we're gonna talk about Innistrad as we go along with playing some sweet modern. This deck is really spicy. This is, I don't know what to call it. It's like Parasitic Reanimator is what I'm going with. It's a spicy take on Reanimator. We're reanimating things. We also got Grave Titan. We're going to see, is Grave Titan still good? Is the new one going to be good enough for standard? But we have this weird synergy of Hex Parasite that we can tutor up with Urza's Saga. And the idea is we can use it to keep removing counters from Sagas or in the sideboard 9 lives to keep them going forever. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, new standard I think is actually going to be really sweet. New Curse Commander from the set boosters. Wait, we got a new card. New card alert. Okay. New Curse Commander from the set booster exclusives. I don't think it's uploaded yet. All right, when it's uploaded, we'll look at it. But anyway, tonight we're starting with Modern. If we finish our league, maybe we'll jump over to Arena and play some Historic. I'm not sure. Talking about new Innistrad stuff and whatever else is going on. So reminders, replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, tons of stuff going on the YouTube. Spoiler videos. I don't see it on the spoiler page, Nijuk. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't appear to be there for me yet. But anyway, normal YouTube, spoiler videos, Much Brew playing some Historic tomorrow, which is going to be really sweet. A reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom, and maybe you need some magical cards. Maybe you need them from Innistrad Midnight Hunt or some other set. You can get them from cardkingdom.com, even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one, and they'll hook you up. They're super sweet like that. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Otherwise, merch page, clean out Richard's Garage, donations, always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. And let's see if we can find this Curse Commander, and then we'll talk about this deck and start playing some sweet magic. All right, I think I found it on Reddit. Let's look at this card. Lendy, Cheerful Tormentor. So Grixis Commander, 4 mana, 2/4. Human Warlock, Death Touch. When a curse is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, return to the battlefield, attached to you. That's not good. At the beginning of your next end step, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may attach a curse attached to you to one of your opponents if you do draw 2 cards. Oh, wow. That actually seems pretty spectacular. All right, Commander question for you. In Commander, let's say I curse Tomer. I don't know why I would ever do that, but let's say I did for some reason curse Tomer. And then Tomer ended up dying because I cursed him. Does my curse go to the graveyard? I think it does, right? It goes to the graveyard because it's attached to him and he's no longer part of the game. So I think that's the idea of this card, is to give you... That was one of the big problems with curses in Commander. Like, curses in Commander, the issue is you put them on one player and they're stuck there forever. Lindy... Cheerful Tormentor gives you a way that you can move the curses around after someone dies. So you curse Tomer, Tomer dies, then the curses come back, and then you put him on Krim, and then Krim dies, and you put him on Richard, etc., etc., etc. PB for the 10th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not hearing the splash for subs today. If I miss a sub, my apologies. That actually looks like a really sweet curse commander. I will avoid going on the full rant, but I really hate them releasing cards only in set boosters. I really, really do. I feel like it's not quite as bad, I don't think, as exclusive cards in secret lair drops, but exclusive cards only in set boosters is not that far away from that. So I don't like how they're releasing it, but I do actually really like the card a lot, and it does have a lot of curses problems in Commander. I don't know what their deal with this set booster thing is. And you can curse yourself initially so you can draw extra cards. That's true, you can just curse yourself, wait a turn, draw 2 cards, and pass it around. So it actually seems like a really good curse commander. What curses do you miss out on being in Grixis, though? That's the only thing. Like, how many curses do you miss out on that are actually relevant? All right, let's take a quick look at this, and then I promise we're gonna play Magic. You miss out on Overwhelming Splendor. That's a good one. Curse of Predation. That one doesn't really matter. Vitality, Forsaken. Actually, so Grixis is like the perfect curse color. Really, all you miss out on is Overwhelming Splendor and maybe Curse of Exhaustion combos, but you really do get most of the relevant curses. All right, yeah, that's actually a really sweet commander. So, anyway, what are we playing tonight as we talk about Innistrad? Jonathan Snow! Yeah, we're doing some modern action tonight. Welcome to the Fishbowl for the 44th month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, the white curses, I mean, it's not fun to be cursed by, but it is fun to curse someone with. I do enjoy slamming a humility. I love that it targets one person. That's the best part about it. Humility, you just kind of make the entire table miserable. The thing about Overwhelming Splendor is in a commander game, you actually have to pick that one person to just be like, so you shouldn't attack me. Remember back on turn 2 when you attacked me with your Llanowar Elves? You did this to yourself, really. Because it only hits the one person. So I mean, it's obviously not fun to have on you, but I think it's... I do think it's fun to play with to some extent. Alright, so what is this deck trying to do? I'm calling this Parasitic Reanimator. The idea of this deck is we're trying to reanimate stuff. We got Archon of Cruelty, obviously good reanimation. We got Grave Titan, backup reanimation target, plus we can cast it. The thing that caught my eye about this deck, though, is the fact that it's playing Hex Parasite in these Sagas. That's the interesting part. We've seen other decks that are just, alright, we're trying to like get an Archon in the graveyard and get it back with Persist or get it back with Priest of the Fell Rites. That's pretty straightforward. The interesting part is Hex Parasite. Hex Parasite, a 1-mana 1/1 that you can pay for Phyrexian Black and X to remove X counters from a permanent, and it pumps itself as you do that. So the idea is, we can get down, like Temrat Calls the Dead, which has this first and second lore counter that mill cards and make zombies to fill our graveyard, and we can use Hex Parasite to keep removing a counter each turn for 1 mana and some life to just keep reusing that mode. We can also get down Binding of the Old Gods and just keep tutoring up forests and tutoring up forests, or even remove all the counters and get lore counter number 1 again and blow something up. So there's a lot of shenanigans we can do with Hex Parasite. That's the part that really made me excited for this deck. Charlie Trotter and KJK handing out the gifts up to MTG Pro and Monster CC. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Young Frugal, good to see ya. It's been a minute. I hope all is well with you. I do not know why I'm not hearing... Big super cheer. I don't know why I'm not hearing sound effects from for people subbing tonight. Hopefully that starts working. You never know with Twitch. So yeah, that is the plan. We also have Urza Saga to tutor it up. Other shenanigans in the deck. 9 lives in the sideboard, also pretty sweet with Hex Parasite. We can remove the counters to keep it going forever. We can do shenanigans with Chalice of the Void. We can remove counters from Archaea for some reason. But really, that's the idea of the deck. Reanimate stuff, shenanigans with Hex Parasite. Is this deck actually good? I have quite literally no idea, but we're going to find out shortly. I think this deck looks really interesting. Oh no, I don't have any tickets. Oh dear. Oh, this is when I put my credit card number on the stream accidentally. This is when the disasters happen. Uh-oh, wait, we have no tickets? We're Moto broke? Uh-oh. Well, that's the downside of against odds. Sometimes you lose a lot of tickets. All right, how can we... Do we have a Fury still? This says Fury. Do we actually have one? Maybe we can just sell a card. Otherwise, I'm going to have to avoid putting my... Oh, we do have a Fury. We have a pretty Fury. All right, let's just trade that. That'll work. Wait, we got... It says we got 43 tickets. Oh, we have negative 40 tickets. Moto is so wonky. Okay, we don't have tickets. We were in the hole somehow in Moto debt. All right, let's trade that. We're getting there. My apologies. Hey, what's up, Zephy? How are you? Yeah, I guess I should have checked this. I just assume that I always have tickets, but apparently I do not always have tickets. But we will have tickets momentarily after we trade this Fury. Negative 40 tickets, how's that possible? I believe you need to load 60 believe you need to load 16 tons if you go into Moto debt. Yeah, Moto debt's that's the worst kind of debt. Give me a credit card debt any day over Moto debt. Wait, what did I do, Icy Doc? What did I do now? I'm finally in my last semester of college. Ooh, congratulations. That is awesome. All right. Tickets acquired-ish. Goodbye, Fury. Hello, Jakey Reanimator. Jaren Corrupt Bishop is the new Against the Odds card in Standard. So that's a good question. We've seen most of the set now. What is your pick for number one? What is your pick for number one Against the Odds card from the set? Is it Jaren? Jaren's interesting. I think Triskaidekaphile is on my short list of cards that I would want to do for Against the Odds. Moon Mist? Wait, what is Moon Mist? Isn't that an old card? Isn't Moon Mist the one that flips all your werewolves? We kind of have a new Moon Mist, sort of. Hey, Seth, is White Removal Spell the best removal spell? Is the White Removal Spell the best removal spell printed in years? The best White Removal Spell printed in years? I would give it best White Removal Spell printed in a Standard set in years. I think it's actually like a legitimately good card. We're talking Fateful Absence. 2-mana instant, destroy a creature or planeswalker, its controller investigates. So, I don't think it's the best removal spell printed in years, but it is very strong. Getting a creature or a planeswalker instant speed for 2 mana, that's a good rate. I think it's an upgrade on Declaration in Stone for the most part. So, I think the black removal printed in this set is actually better wherever it may be. Just 2 mana, blow up a creature, lose 2 life. Like, that's a really strong removal spell as well. I think the best overall white removal spell is probably Prismatic Ending, but that's not Standard legal. I think it's an upgrade on Deck in Stone, and I do think it's... Well, definitely not better than Divine Gambit. Divine, it doesn't let your opponent drop their best thing into play. Of course it's not that good. Hitting a Planeswalker is definitely a nice upside. It is a meaningful upside. We'll see. I wonder how many Planeswalkers we're going to have see play in Standard. I think if you go by Standard 2022, Planeswalkers might be back. There are some Lulls floating around, Mordenkainen's floating around, Professor Onyx floating around, plus... I don't know. How good do you think the new Planeswalkers are? Like, Ren in 7? I think everyone forgot about Ren in 7. I was trying to figure out, because we're getting ready to do our, like, countdowns, because tomorrow's the last full day of spoiler. So do our countdowns of various formats. I think everyone forgot about Ren in 7 because it was spoiled so early. But I think Ren in 7 is still one of the best cards in this entire set. Like, Ren in 7 is still a really good card. Teferi slows the sunset. I don't know about that one, but I know it's early to ask, but do you think Crimson Bow will be just as good, or do you feel like it'll be worse than Midnight Haunt? I'm thinking it's going to be very similar. That would be my guess. My guess is Icy Doc, and also he one-shot. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Why do I not get the splash? Where's the splash today? Streamlabs. Yeah, my guess is that the sets were designed together. And they're going to be about equal in power level and themes, so we'll have to see. Meowth Massacre is really good. Meowth Massacre might be I think that's one of the best cards from the set. And it's just like such a sweet design. And it's definitely got some horror vibes. I feel like Wizards went more like horror movie with this Innistrad than any Innistrad in the past. Like, Meowth Massacre definitely gives off like old school Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes. There's another one, Flesh Taker. Flesh Taker also has some serious horror movie vibes. That one reminds me of, I want to say it was a horror movie called Torment that had masks that look sort of like that, mixed a little bit with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But this is even more horror movie-ish, I would say, than past Innistrads. And at least there's no Eldrazi. Oh, stream mode. So yeah, I don't know what the first against odds card from the set should be. This hand. On the draw. So we do nothing. Yeah, we're going to mulligan this. Too much doing nothing with this hand. All right, this is better. Wow, we could go really crazy and Thoughtseize ourselves. That seems so risky. We're going to keep. We will keep. We will put a Godless Shrine to the bottom. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see. I haven't seen Cabin in the Woods. Thoughts on Benevolent Hermit? My initial thought was it looked like Papio Poil from from Always Sunny, but I think it's okay. I don't think it's like super strong. It feels like a bad Voidmage Prodigy for the most part. Like Voidmage Prodigy, but less powerful overall. Although it probably still has a role. Like coming back and preventing counters is interesting. Well, all right, Swamp and Thought. So I think our plan is Thoughtseize our opponent. Hopefully get rid of removal spell. What we want to do is, all right, take Bone Crusher. All right, we got a plan. Next turn we're playing Priest. The following turn we are Thoughtseizing ourselves to get Archon in the graveyard. How much of a donation to shave the beard on stream? Oh, it would have to be a really high number. Been watching daily spoiler videos. Just want to say thanks. My favorite place tier takes out new cards. Well, thank you, Rayorty. I appreciate it. Yeah, I love talking new Magic cards. Always one of my favorite parts of all Magic, honestly. Oh, come on. No way. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Okay. That's even better. 2 modes. We got to do this now. Duress you. Kill. Discard Archon. Okay, we top decked him back. Take Unearth. Pass the turn. Oh, that was a good draw. Hey, welcome, Raul. How are you? It would take a lot. It would take a lot for me to shave. I really love my beard. I really do. Yeah, that Brutality was really good. Drawing a land here would be nice, because I think we gotta... Yeah, I think we gotta Thoughtseize, unfortunately. I don't think we can let him play the Coco, so Thoughtseize, next turn Priest. How much did Caleb get? I saw Caleb. Caleb D shaved his beard and his head. How many donations was that? How long have I had the beard? I think since I was like 2. But no, I've had a beard for like as long as I could. I've just always, I've always had the beard since I was probably like 18-ish. Do you remember how long ago when you streamed it on a webcam? I do. Caleb said he'd do it for 300 and ended up getting 10K. Oh, all right, Ponent. Wow, these top deck wars have been insane. Ponent's top decked the perfect cards, and we have also top decked the perfect cards to stay in this game. Would I do that? I don't know if I would. I mean, 10K is a lot of money. Oh no. Oh no, the hits keep coming. Seasoned Pyromancer draws 2. Oh dear. Plays a land. Wow. Maybe our opponent's going to win this top deck war. Land? Alright, well, Priest of Fell Rights. Tap land. Come on. Please tell us you whiffed for once. I left Caleb's stream when he was already 2K and already shaving it. Woke up, got 10K. Boy, that would be tough. About it. I don't know what I'd do without my beard. I don't know if you all would know what to do without my beard. Do you know how much different I would look if I shaved my head and my beard? I wouldn't recognize myself. Is there any reason other than killing opponent Sagas for Hex Parasite? We have Saga shenanigans. We have literal Sagas, not Urza Saga. Well, we have Urza Sagas, but we also have literal Sagas that we. Yes, we will not block. We also have literal Sagas that we want to reset with it. So we have a lot of Hex Parasite shenanigans. But it hits us. Sure. Are there any pictures of Seth with no beard? I could probably dig one up from like a long 10 years ago or something. Grist. Alright. Opponent. I really did keep top. Oh no, they did top deck another answer. We're never gonna get this Archon into play. So opponent can sack this, kill this. Well, I guess we need a... Oh, I can't believe the strings of draws in both directions. Opponent gonna kill our Priest of Fell Rights. Come on, Magic Gods. Please give us a land. Just a land. That's all we want. Archon. Alright. Well, we're gonna lose this, aren't we? Oh, no. I don't have much faith in my ability to draw one land, though, Neochuk. That's a problem. That's a problem. We need 2 lands for the Titan. Opponent, Grist. Lightning Skelemental Meld. Opponent. I can't believe that we didn't get this into play yet. Can we start a fund and not shave the beard? That's a good idea. How much will you pay me to not shave the beard? Whoa! No! Oh no, oh no! Wow! Oh, wow. Opponent gets the scat. We're gonna lose. Oh! Alright, deck. Alright, if you ever wanted to be good. Nope, not to. Oh no. We're not gonna have anything in the graveyard to get back is the issue. Because our opponent can just scavenging ooze away our graveyard. So yeah, there's 2 lands too that we needed. Oh, yeah, we're gonna lose this. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, we're not able to draw lands, so now the ooze comes down and eats everything. Why did the opponent get back ooze instead of unearth? The only thing I can think of is they didn't want to expose it to removal before they could play it and immediately eat stuff. Otherwise, they just punted. Opponent, ooze, eats our stuff. Oh, wow. Mostly disappointing because we've been right on the cusp since turn 2. we had this setup for turn 2, and our opponent had empty-handed, and wow, it's turn 8, and we're not gonna ever get this Archon into play. Hey, what's up, Demon? How are you? Yeah. I mean, it's probably good game. The only reason it's not good game is there's a chance that we start peeling lands, and if we start peeling lands, we could hardcast stuff. So it's suspicious. But this is very likely good game. We just, wow, this. I'm kind of shocked this didn't work out. Glad to catch another stream. Question about cards shown thus far. What do you think will emerge in Standard? I'm just super excited for a change in Standard meta. Goodbye to Bone Crusher, Salto Ultimatum, Rogues. I am also super excited for Standard changes. Well, we drew the land now that it doesn't matter. Oh no! Why, Magic Gods, do you hate us? Hey, what's up, Marble King? How are you? This is Magic Online, Quays. So, Standard, it's really hard to say what's going to be good. We have some idea from Standard 2022, which is white aggro, red aggro, Dimir control, is it dragons? But how much of that's going to carry over to real Standard is certainly up for debate, because Standard 2022 is only best of one, and they are just not the same formats. And to some extent, like, the difference between best in 1 and best in 3 is really, really big. It would be like playing Modern and being like, oh, because of Modern, this deck is going to be good in Legacy. They're just, like, there's that big of a gulf between what's good in best of 1 and best of 3. If you want an example of that, just look at Tibalt's Trickery, which is currently breaking best of 1, but not a real deck in best of 3. So it's hard to say, because we have all this Innistrad stuff coming in, and our context is best of 1 so far. So, hey, what's up, Fangold Fenny? How are you? Good to see you. Opponent getting in. Well, if we're going to draw something, we better draw it soon, because time is running out. Opponent hits us down to 8. Wow, I still can't believe this didn't work out. And I actually don't think Delver is going to be good at all in Standard. I think Delver is going to be somewhere between medium and unplayable, honestly. Opponent. We draw a thing that doesn't matter, and yeah, we're dead. Well. Huh. That was surprising. Standard 2022 also biases towards fewer colors because of missing lands. Also very true. It is really difficult to play more than 2 colors in Standard 2022. Well, alright, let's bring in more Binding of the Old Gods. Go down the Thought Seizes, I guess, and just trust that that doesn't happen again. I mean, the problem with Delver is, last time when Delver was good in Standard, we had Mana Leak, we had Snapcaster, we had Ponder, Restore. It was like a Modern deck. Have you ever looked at Standard Delver from like 10 years ago? It has changed now because a lot of time has gone past. But if you go back and look at a Delver deck from when it was in Standard, it was pretty, like, look at this deck. Like, just look at the deck list. Ponder, Mana Leak, Gut Shot, Gitaxian Probe, banned in Modern, not reprintable in Standard, banned in Modern, Thought Scour, Modern playable, Vapor Snag, Fringe, Modern playable, Snapcaster, Modern staple, Restoration Angel, Modern playable, Delver, of course, Legacy staple, Blade Splicer has been Modern playable, Cavern of Souls. Like, it was basically just like a Modern deck that was all legal and Standard together. And while Delver was good in the deck, we just don't have the support pieces anymore. We don't have Ponders. I was trying to find, like, what is a way to actually set up your Delvers in Standard? I don't, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The no land plan continues. Like, what is a way you can actually... What is a way you can flip your Delver in Standard? Is there a way that you can flip your Delver in Standard? Or are you just YOLOing it and just putting a lot of spells in your deck and hoping for the best. Oh, Mental Misstep's not a good thing, though. Mental Misstep, I don't think we actually want that in any in any playable format. The problem with Mental Misstep is every deck has to play it. The new 1-mana cantrip doesn't really work, though, because it's Surveil 1 draw card. So it's not like you can set a card on top of your deck. You're going to see a card, either mill it or leave it and draw it. So you don't actually get to leave a card on top of your deck. The bounce spell would scry 1. Yeah, if you can do that at instant speed, that could potentially work. I can't believe they were planning on having Belladed! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup tier for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't believe they were actually planning on having Brainstorm, Dragon's Rage Channeler, Delver all together in Historic. Like, that's like a straight up Legacy deck. Yeah, Curate, I think, is like about as good as it gets. And Curate's not, I mean, 2 mana is about twice as much as you want to pay for that effect, I think. But that would be a possibility. The challenge of Delver is, hey, what's up, Bateri? How are you? Ball. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The challenge with Reanimation, please. Nile Spellbomb, eh? Well, play a tap land. I feel like we're going to get smacked. I feel like we're about to get smacked by a Skelemental, and it's going to be really bad. Pass the turn. The challenge with Delver is just the math of it. Like, to have a 50% chance of blind flipping Delver, you need, what, 30 spells in your deck? But to have 30 spells in your deck, what's your deck going to be? 30 spells, 4 Delvers, 1 other playset of a creature and lands. That's tough to pull off. So it's actually pretty tricky without having ways to set it up. Not that I don't think Delver's unplayable, but I do think it's not nearly as scary as people are remembering in Standard. Historic, I think it could be good. Oh, Gitaxian Probe in Historic. Gitaxian Probe in Historic would probably be a less than good thing. There's the Skelly Melly. Opponent. Gonna hit us. Mega's discard. It would be pretty sweet if we could draw some Reanimation, maybe. Well, maybe Grave Titan isn't good anymore. How good do you think Standard Grave Titan's gonna be? Opponent. Saxus Skelemental. We are going to crack the Spellbomb and try to draw Reanimation. Come on, deck. Be good. Hex Parasite, we have a bunch of Sagas that it combos with. Like Binding of the Old Gods for infinite removal. Well... If they have another Skelemental, this is so bad. Oh, our poor deck. 4 Delver, 4 Demolish. Yeah, that could work. Favorite card for Modern so far? So do you want an exciting answer or do you want the true answer? I think the most impactful card for Modern, I think will... Oh, no. I think it is very likely to be Consider. I think Consider will be the card that sees the most play in Modern by a long shot. The card that I think I'm most excited for is probably Champion of the Perished. I think Zombies could be really good. The sleeper pick that I think is kind of... Wow, that's not a great Coco. I think the sleeper pick is New Teferi. I think that's the sleeper pick. I know New Teferi doesn't look very good. I know it doesn't look very good. Oh, let me see Silash. But I actually think New Teferi might have a really interesting home in Modern. In Modern, New Teferi, untapping an artifact, a creature, and a land, it seems pretty easy. It seems pretty easy to get that set up in a way... Man, This is just going horribly. Absolutely horribly. Oh no! Cocotron and 2 Pyro. Oh boy, this one's over and a half. It seems pretty easy to get it set up where you have an artifact land, a real land, a creature that taps for mana, and that makes Teferi 1 mana. Or potentially even have like a Utopia Sprawl on a land, and it's free. Like it's I don't know how we ever beat this hand. Triple Coco. But I actually think that it seems pretty easy to have it be a free spell. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I like the new Teferi too. The new Teferi doesn't seem miserable to play against. It seems like it could be kind of fun to play with. Oh my god. Oh. Well, the Magic Gods did not want to see our deck work that game. And this kill him. Our opponent did hit all the right cards. I'm still a little bit frustrated we didn't reanimate in game 1 because, wow, we had it set up. Would a 2-mana destroy any creature lose 2 life? Would the 2-mana destroy any creature lose 2 life? See play. It seems great in Death Shadow and just good in general. Would it beat out Fatal Push? Oh, I think that. Hey, what a good game, Ezon. I think that the 2-mana removal spell, pretty fringe in. Yeah, your top decks in game 1 were insane. After, like, I had turn 3 reanimation set up, and then you top decked the Ooze, I top decked the answer to Ooze, but then you top decked slightly better than me from there. Oh, that was a pretty wild back and forth game. And then game 2, you just had all the Cocos in the world. Yashad for the 9th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. I was wondering if you could tell me with the hype. I was wondering if you could tell me with my hype for spoilers. I've been curious to ask, does Goldfish have any Discord webhooks for spoilers as they are revealed? Ooh. I don't know the answer to that. I'd have to ask Richard or maybe Niachuk. I actually don't know. Not that I'm aware of, but that is a sweet idea if we don't. So I think the 2-mana removal spell we're talking about. Let's pull up some Midnight Hunt action here. So the black removal spell, I do think it is one of the best removal spells that Wizards has printed in quite a while. I mean, it's the best Doomblade they've ever made. Like, this is the best Doomblade. Instant speed, 2-mana, destroy any creature, lose 2 life. Will this see play in Modern? It's not beating out Fatal Push. I don't think it's beating out Fatal Push. Is there a home for it in Modern? I think there could be in small numbers. I do think Death Shadow it goes up even further in value in something like Death Shadow because you can take advantage of the life loss. But just 2-mana kill anything. The only issue is 2 mana is a lot in Modern. 2 mana to kill a creature, even if this is just destroy a creature, you don't even lose any life for 2 mana. That's still a lot in a world of Fatal Pushes, a world of Dismembers. So I think there's probably a role for it. And if you're playing Victim of Night, if you're playing Doomblade, if you're playing etc., then I think there's a spot. We see Terminate show up in small numbers in some lists, couple of copies here or there. So I think there is a role for it, but I don't think it just. Oh boy, we need to find a way to get something in the graveyard. But I don't think it just outclasses like Fatal Push or whatever. I'd absolutely love to have one to attach to my Discord. Yeah, I will ask Richard about that and see if that's something we could do in the future. Yeah, the new white removal spell's really good. That's the best white removal I put in Standard in a long time. I don't think it's Modern playable. In Modern, you got Path to Exile, and you also have, well, we can, Prismatic Ending this, at least. In Modern, you have Path to Exile, and you also have Prismatic Ending. So I don't think it's going to make it in Modern, but, do I think it's better than Path? I do not. I do think it'll be a good budget option. I think it'll see play in Modern as a budget card at a minimum. Because we played Declaration in Stone in Modern as a budget card. And Declaration in Stone isn't that far away from being playable in Modern. The problem is it's sorcery speed. And that is a pretty big downside with Ragavans running around and Goblin Guides and so forth. There's a lot of hasty threats. I think it's better than Declaration in Stone. I think, like, in Historic, I think it's just a straight-up upgrade over something like Declaration in Stone. Hitting a Planeswalker is huge. That's a big deal. Being instant speed is also huge. The only downside is you can't hit multiple creatures, but when you consider the upsides versus the downsides, I would rather be able to hit Planeswalkers and have an instant than have the upside of sometimes getting 2 creatures, but having it be a sorcery. I still think they need to put something like Pather Swords into Historic. Can you lobby Richard to change Brawl and Historic to Historic Brawl? Ugh, alright. More Ren and 6s. Oh, can't quite kill it, huh? Well, Alright. Go, Hex Parasite. Do your thing. Oh no! Oh, why is this deck running so clunky so far? Destroy is a lot worse than Exile. That is true, but I still think that instant speed and hitting Planeswalkers makes up for it. One of the problems with Declaration in Stone that I've seen in Historic is Planeswalkers and control decks are really popular. Like, arguably the best decks in Historic are control decks. And those decks don't really have creatures. So Declaration in Stone is a dead card in your main deck a lot of the time. So you see a lot of decks playing in the sideboard. I think that the new version, hitting Planeswalkers, means you can play it as a main deck card. It hits to fairies. Like, if you run to control, at least it gets a Teferi or a Narset or whatever, which is a pretty big deal. Yeah, we talked a tiny bit about the new Curse Legend. The card's really sweet. Not in standard proper. This is one of those weird set boosters in the set, not really in the set cards, but it's a really sweet Curse Commander. 4 mana, 2/4 Death Touch. When a curse is put in your graveyard from the battlefield, return to the battlefield attached to you at the beginning of your next end step. At the beginning of your upkeep, you can attach a curse attached to you to one of your opponents. If you do, draw 2 cards. I love this card. Like, if you want to play curses in Commander, this is the commander to go with. It solves the biggest problem of curses. The biggest problem with curses is, in Commander, is you put them on one person, that person dies, and then they're wasted the rest of the game. This just, like, completely solves it. I love the design. I hate that they're only releasing in set boosters, which I think is a very horrible way to release cards, but I do really love the design. Hey Seth, didn't mean to interrupt you. Wondering if you want to take a look at the Historic deck I crafted. Ooh, I would love to. I've had good luck with Gruul Sliver Mana Engine. A few green and red slivers to ramp into Tiamat. Ooh, that's a spicy idea. I've been messing around with slivers a bit. I have not done slivers ramping into Tiamat, though. Opponent, not as fun of a Teferi. Well, I guess at least we can try to kill Planeswalkers. Alright, so remove counters from Ren and 6. Opponent bounces our Hex Parasite. Hex Parasite's gonna do some work. Opponent passes. I think it goes to the graveyard. That's my understanding. Ugh, more lands. Well, I guess we're not ridiculously far away from being able to hardcast Archon. Well, kill Teferi. Boss might be the best Hex Parasite of all time. Kill Teferi. Kill Ren in 6. Alright. Maybe Hex Parasite's a good card. Remove a counter, Planeswalker's down. I mean, we still have done literally nothing this entire game, but we did kill 2 Planeswalkers. I wonder if there's any weird upside to being able to target yourself with curses. There is with that commander to draw cards. The big upside is you target your... I think if you play that new commander, if you play Lind, I think that your default is you play a curse, attach it to yourself, and then on your next turn, you give that curse to your opponent so you get the 2 cards out of it. I mean, if you're about to die and you're desperate to get the curse effect right away, then obviously you don't. But I think in general, that's how you want to do it. I think in general, every curse goes on you, and then you move it to your opponent so you get the card advantage. But... yeah, that card's really sweet. Oh boy, bring the light. Hey, what's up, Forbidamir? How are you? Doing well, other than the fact that we are not running well with our poor Reanimator deck here. We just want to put a big thing into play for once. Okay. So, opponent. Bring the light, scape shift. What do we do about this? I don't even know if our opponent knows Reanimator. We haven't drawn a single Urza Saga. We haven't reanimated a single thing. This has been very, very, very strange. Yeah, we don't really have an answer to what our opponent's doing. I guess, like, maybe more bindings can come in. Collective Brutality doesn't seem great. Alright, try it like that. I have not seen the new Matrix trailer. How is it? Send you to the deck list. It's a bit jank because I don't have every card. Was also thinking the same thing with Niv. To draw and discard, it's called Sliv Mizzet. That's a great deck name. You can put a link in the chat if you want to. If you put a link in the chat, I can take a look at it right now. So what do you think of Innistrad? We really need, maybe we just got to mulligan super aggressively. Huh. Oh, this deck. Alright, Prismatic Ending to the bottom. Come on. Just one time we want to reanimate something. One time. Let's put this Grave Titan into play somehow. So now that we've seen most of the set, we get the full main set spoiler tomorrow. And then we get the rest of the Commander on stuff on Monday. What do you think? Where are you at as far as the set as a whole? Did it meet your expectations? Is Standard finally going to be good? Curses are funner than Shrines. They're similar. I think they're similar. Curses have more options. And it's funny that you can hose people with them. I think that's probably my favorite part of it. Is that you gotta choose one person, which makes them less powerful, but it's kind of hilarious. It's not Eldraine, so it's automatically good. Yeah, I mean, I think this set looks awesome. The flavor is so good. Alright, opponent has the removal, of course. Well, maybe we will just flood into Grave Titan. Well, alright. Land, Priest, hit ya. Huh. Pass the turn. Sliv Mizzet is a mystery booster. Still pales to Slivdrazi. Yeah, the test cards are pretty hilarious. Is Cathartic Pyre good enough to bring Phoenix back, or is Phoenix too slow now? Phoenix in what format? Hey, what's up, Oris? Good to see ya. Thanks for swinging by. About it. Oh, the Devil board. The board wipes today are really good. This might be the best board wipe set we've seen in a long time. Like, we got a bunch of insane board wipes in this set. Opponent, more removal, of course. Well, Triome. Two turds and one more land, and we're going to hard cast a Grave Titan. Do we live for 2 more turns? Probably not. Maybe this deck is bad. Oh no. I hate to say that, but maybe this deck is just not very good. This set we got some of the most insane Ras that we've seen in a long time. We got, where's the black one? It should be... The Meathook Massacre is awesome. Like, it's like a Black Sun Zenith. It's also a Blood Artist. That card is so amazing. So that's an insane Wrath. Burn Down the House, I think, is overshadowed by the other ones, but it's a hour of the hour names are so bad. Devastation. It's probably not Devastation, because you'd think the Wrath one would be named Devastation, but that's probably the one that does something else, because all those names are pretty backwards. But whatever the red Devastation was, the red hour was, it's the same rate as that. 5 damage to a creature or planeswalker. The big deal is you can make creatures with it. And the downside of Wrath is you run into the Teferi deck or the control deck, or maybe you have a big board full of creatures and you top deck your Wrath and you're like, oh, this is a dead card. Worst case, you make some Devils, and the Devils even have haste. And then the white one is like the best Commander Wrath ever. 2-mana Wrath is absurd. Vanquish the Horde is absurd in Commander, so definitely got some sweet, sweet Wraths in this. All right, we will play more lands past the turn. I'm sure this will go fine. Have we done anything this game? What have we done this game? We played a Hex Parasite, 2 Priests of the Felrights, and lands. Nah, not really. Innistrad comes out the 18th on Arena. The roof is literally on fire. We don't need no water. Let the mother hee-haw burn. Oh, man. I forgot all about that song. The censoring of that song is the best part, by far. The song itself is pretty janky, but I definitely remember the editing was hee-haw. Yeah, we're gonna put a Grave Titan down into the face of this Valaka. Actually, it's probably gonna get Cryptic or something at this point. Boom. Untap. Oh no. No, you come. Are you watching? Oh my goodness. Are you watching our stream? Really? In the dark with 6 lands? Just tap. Alright. Well, good play. Our opponent must know our deck. Wow, that is unfortunate. I mean, I guess we're not doing anything else, so why not just fire it off? I want to curse Tomer to death. I mean, I think we're playing against Orsman. Orsman's legit. Joe Lissette. I think he's just a good Magic player. And I think, from the perspective of a good Magic player, what is our opponent thinking? They're thinking, all right, there's been a card or 2 stuck in hand the entire game. He probably knows what this deck is, because it posted a 5-0 at one point, so he probably has some idea, seeing Hex Parasite in the Priest, what we're trying to do. I think that it's actually just like a good deductive Magic play. I don't think so. I mean, I doubly don't think so, because I know who the opponent is. Tijuana Joe, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I mean, we can play Grave Titan. I'm not sure it matters at this point. But Grave Titan has resolved past the turn. Wow, it took us a long time to do anything that game. Seth, you need the first pick the Curse Commander for Commander Clash before Crim does. Have Tomer come back, and you need to curse him with the Abacus. Oh, that is a really good idea. Oh, thank you, the skinny Hunterdom. Yeah, this is looking pretty over. Opponent. Misty Rainforest. Could have killed Teferi. Yeah, I guess I wasn't really paying attention to the game and was talking about stuff. At this point, I think the game's just over regardless, but kills the Hex Parasite. Opponent. Passes. Sure. It is basically banned tribal. Thoughtseize. Well, I mean, Thoughtseize you, I guess. These Fire Ices, good lord. Well, I guess we kill kill Ren in 6. There's another Teferi anyway. Pass the turn. Hey, says Super Book for all the new Boros base cards. Been running a Boros burn deck in Standard. Have a lot of fun. Those new cards will fit perfectly. Yeah, Boros Bird got a lot of support. I haven't really seen anyone playing Boros Bird, but I do think there's a lot of upgrades. What are the good burn spells though? That's the problem I see with Boros Burn is there's just not good burn spells. Omnath going off doing its thing. What do you think about the new Werewolf Grave Titan? I mean, it seems pretty good for Standard. It seems unbeatable in Limited. I don't know how you ever beat that in Draft. And it's only a rare, too. I mean, it's not a full Grave Titan until you flip it around, so I think it's not quite as good as Grave Titan, but I still think it's probably pretty good. Opponent. Have I tried Bone Shards in this deck? I have not tried... This is the first time I played the deck, so I haven't tried anything in it, honestly. I could see Bone Shards being good. Opponent, more Teferis, more bouncing. There's no good burn spells, though. That's the issue. Like, that's the problem. We need burn spells. We have tons of sweet burn payoffs. There's that, like, Boros Legend that powers them up. There's a ton of sweet payoffs. But we just don't have burn. We don't even have a lightning strike. What are the burn spells? We have a upgraded shock that lets you scry if you hit your opponent's face. Oh my. I kind of want to go on a rant about that card. Tomorrow's spoiler video will probably contain some ranting. We haven't even... Another Teferi. They just keep coming. Hollow Respite is probably the worst card that Wizards has ever printed. I hate that card so much. So, alright, chat. Convince me of why this card exists. Hollow Respite. 2 mana. Blink a non-legend. And then if it enters the battlefield under your control, put a counter on it, otherwise tap it. Flashback of 3, sorcery. What is the justification of this card? Why does this card exist? Why is it a sorcery? Why is it a rare? It could be sweet. It could be so sweet. The thing is, oh boy. The thing is, Momentary Blink. Momentary Blink is a sweet card. It's a really sweet card. It's a common. And it has essentially the same, like, 2 mana, 4 to flashback. So 1 more to flashback. It's an instant. It only hits your creatures. And it does essentially the same thing. So somehow it went from common up to rare. And it went from instant to sorcery because it can blink your opponent's creature and let your opponent reuse their ETB triggers, I guess. Like, you got him? Achilles guy. So yeah, that, I really dislike, and apparently we're dead. I really dislike that card. I absolutely hate it. That's my guess. My guess is it was sweet, and it was a momentary blink, and then someone at WotC freaked out and was like, no, we can't do this. And maybe correctly. Maybe it would have been miserable in Standard, but someone freaked out at the last minute and was like, no, it's too risky, just make it a sorcery. It taps it. Yeah, but that's such a tiny upside. Like, you want to use those on your own creatures. Like, that's horrible removal. Like, I guess it's an upside. You play it in your deck because you're going to use it on your creatures. And then there's some times when you're going to be like, oh, okay, like, if I get this blocker out of the way, I can swing for lethal, and it's going to be good. Ugh. It's just so bad. I think it mostly bothers me because I love Momentary Blink. And I love effects like that. It's just, they're such fun effects. But having it at sorcery speed just, it absolutely kills whatever fun could come from it. What is the deck trying to do? Well, at this point, win a single game. It's trying to reanimate things. And also do Hex Parasite shenanigans. But so far, well, match 1 was really close and interesting. And our opponent just kind of outran us. Match 2 was not as close. So far, this deck has felt pretty janky. Maybe they think tokens will be too strong. The blink kills them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think killing a token is is a huge issue. I can see an argument with the new mythic cycle. Like, I guess maybe that's it. That they're worried about the adversary cycle being too good, because you can just like play them as creatures and then later in the game blink them and reuse the phase out ability or reuse the pump ability or make a bunch more wolves or whatever. So maybe that's part of the concern. I heard someone say, "Oh, they're worried about you flipping werewolves back to their front side," but I don't think that's actually, like, for 2 mana or 3 mana you could just be killing their werewolves. So I think getting them flipped to the front side is like that's fine. Like that's like the nicest thing you can do to your opponent's werewolf. You're like, oh, go back to the front side for a minute, and you can flip back around later. When for the same amount of mana, you could just be like literally killing it in white or in black or in red or basically any color. I mean, we got to keep this, right? We need a land. We're on the play. We need a land. If we get a land, we got the whole shebang. We got persist. We got unmarked grave. We have everything. All right, chat. Give me your votes. Will we hit a land? The way this text runs so far, I'm a little nervous. Does it reset the new cards with disturbed? It does. Yes, it would flip disturbed cards back around to the front side. I mean, we gotta keep it. We're so close to doing what we want. I don't think we can not keep it. The Aussies, you take your. That's a janky keep. There's no way they're gonna name Hex Parasite, right? One land, one keep. One land, one keep. It's gonna happen. We just need the land, and we're good to go. We're off to the races. Opponent. Spire of Industry. Add. Springleaf Drop. Sure. And land off the top. Haha! Okay. Rewarded by the magic gods, we will get a swamp. Unmarked grave. Please don't find graveyard hate. Please no. Please no about it. Thinking and waiting. I actually think Standard is going to be awesome. I think Standard might actually be, for the first time in, well, since Eldraine came out at least, and really even before Eldraine came out. Like, how long has it been since we've had a really good beloved Standard? Right around when War of the Spark released? Something like that? Why not playing Priest first? I mean, we just got the Persistent hand. So we don't need to do any shenanigans. Like, we just get Archon next turn. And then we can use Priest potentially for the future. Alright, get back the Archon. Drain you. Draw a card. Alright, we reanimated a creature. I mean, I think that's what I remember was like right around when War released. Like, I think that was the last time, and I wouldn't even say that was great, but that was a good Standard. I think the last good Standard was Ravnica up through War of the Spark. And then once War of the Spark and then M20 came, we've had not good Standards since then, really, for a long period of time. I think this is going to be our first good Standard in a long time. War Standard was fun at first, I would say. I think right after War released, it was okay, but by the time M20 came out, I think the War cards, the broken ones especially, were getting old. And then we got Golos and Field of the Dead, etc., etc. Oh, 250 hours. Congratulations. What do you think about Liar? How good is the flashback legend Liar? What happens if I remove all the counters from this? Nothing? Wait, how does Hex Parasite interact with Urza Saga? And it doesn't do anything, right? Yeah, I don't think we want it to start over. I think at this point we just want it to end. Yeah, let's play Priest. And pass the turn. Trust that our Archon's gonna get there. I mean, I don't think having 0 counters on it kills it, right? Yeah, we can keep our Saga forever by removing counters. Alright, opponent's gonna get to tutor. Yeah, I don't think that having no counters does anything. I think we're playing Hex Parasite to interact with our own sagas, and also our literal sagas. Oh no. Shadow Sphere on the construct? Alright, that's an actual threat. I mean, we got the Archon, though. Vault Scourge. Sure. This is a weird affinity deck. So how good do you think Liar's going to be? I could see that being a really good control card. That's true. We can grow the Archon, which is probably worth it. Opponent gets and hits us. Well, we're going to take a 1.5 million. Remove our Archon counter. Alright, up to a 6/6. That's the combo. We play it to get the persist counter off our reanimation target. Oh, the synergies. Alright, Saga triggers. I mean, I think we're just good, though, because we get to kill this and then make our opponent sack the construct. Yeah, Blood Moon does kill it completely. I think that's because it has no abilities, and it's just a... Actually, I guess I don't know. Why does Blood Moon kill it completely? I know that it does, because I've done the same thing. Well, kill the Vault Scourge. Go to combat. That's kind of a combo. Removing the persist counter from the Archon of Cruelty. definitely a combo. Alright, we get to draw some cards. Opponent's got a sack, but Archon is a real thing. Wow, that is a crazy card. I guess I'm glad. Actually, I don't know. I was gonna say I'm glad that they put Sarah's Emissary into Historic instead of Archon. But Sarah's Emissary is also pretty insane in Historic. Which is better? I mean, Archon's been better in Modern, but in Historic, I guess Archon would probably still be better. I remember someone asked on the podcast, we had a fish mail of why doesn't it have Delve? Could you imagine this card with Delve? It's already, like, as a reanimation target, it's already insane. If you could just delve it into play for 2, oh. It becomes a Saga with no chapters and 0 lore counters. But isn't it also a land? Enchantment land. Huh. I mean, I guess they had to make the rules specifically for Urza Saga, because we've never had a enchantment land saga before. I feel like it's a little bit counterintuitive. My assumption would be it would just become a mountain. But I don't know. I guess I'm glad Blood Moon kills it. The rules are for the Saga subtype. But how do you Blood Moon other sagas? they actually had rules for Blood Mooning sagas somehow. Well, Binding of the Old Gods in. Kaya in? Thoughtseize out. Collective Brutality out. Run it. Yeah, let's run it like that. Blood Moon only affects the land subtype, so it's still a saga. Ah, okay. That actually makes some amount of sense. Ooh, we might be able to do Temrat Calls the Dead, Urza Saga shenanigans. Hey, what's up, all chaos? How are you? Memnite. And Memnite and Tormod script. Alright. Well, sure. Triome go. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have a payoff. Saga rules dictating the sacking after the last chapter. So if the saga has 0 chapters and 0 more counters, okay. That actually makes a lot of sense. Well, your go, Memnites. Don't understand why Urza Saga is in the deck still. Well, I think number 1 is just busted. And it also gets our Hex Parasite to set up our Hex It's a tutor for Hex Parasite. And it's also just like a busted magic card. So I think that if you combine those two things together, I think that's basically the reason. So we can play Kaya, but it's gonna die. I guess we just Temerat Calls the Dead? But I mean, Urza Saga is just like really strong as a standalone card. I ended up getting 1 of every type of wall ever printed. Ooh, how many are there, Wall of Chaos? Filled a trade binder with them, so if anyone asks to see my trade binder, they get to look through the history of walls. Wait, so 1 of every wall? So like every version of every wall? Do the stream games end up going on YouTube? They go on the replay YouTube. So they don't go on the main YouTube, but there's actually a separate YouTube channel that is just the uploads of the streams. Do you think Faithful Mending would be good in this deck? I think that Faithful Mending could be good in a deck like this. I don't know about this exact deck. I think you'd have to probably rebuild and like get rid of the Sagas and make some changes because, yeah, we're going to see a good example of the power of Urza Sagas on our opponent's side of the board. I think we'd have to make some changes because... Oh, we didn't get a zombie. That's awkward. So we get a little distracted. So I think it wouldn't fit in this exact build. I think you probably have to get rid of the Sagas, get rid of the Hex Parasites, but some sort of Reanimator build I think could definitely take advantage of it. That's a really cool binder, Wall of Chaos. I like that idea. It reminds me of at GP Vegas a couple of years ago, which we really got to bring back sometime. Hopefully there's a GP Vegas next year. Hopefully we're in a place where we can do it, and hopefully Wizards has the desire to do it. But there was someone who gave me one of the nicest Magic gifts I ever got. It was binders that had all the Against the Odds cards up to that point in it, with in order from the first episode of Against the Odds up to 150 or something. So it reminds me of that a little bit. Hex Parasite, so it interacts with our Sagas and interacts with like our Temerats Calls the Deads. So that's kind of the main idea, is we can keep removing counters from our Sagas to get value out of them. Wow, opponent name's Urza Saga. Interesting. That is symmetrical, so it also shuts down their... Also shuts down our opponent's Sagas. I mean, I guess we're just dying. So it probably doesn't matter. Opponent passes. Well... Okay. Make a zombie. Play Kaya? I think we definitely got to snipe this big construct. How many Panarmaticas were in the binder? I think there was only 1. I don't think there were duplicates of cards we played more than once. Limit Rust. I still have the binder. I'll have to look. But I think it was just 1. Lehman Russ, first time sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Poet, bobbling off. Well, alright. Marsh Flats. Go. Opponent gets to tutor with this. I mean, our opponent, they're going to draw a ton of cards, but they don't have a ton going on. Maybe there's a chance we get back in this somehow. Do you think we'll get more Sagas in Dominaria United? I mean, we get Sagas pretty regularly now, so probably. Although, really, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if Sagas are associated with Dominaria or if that's just where they happen to start. And now we get them in basically every set. Lehman Russ handing out a bunch of gift subs going to Psycho Magi, the Mythic Tib, Chowl, Examiner, Skyfee, and also the Tony Mac. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Thank you. Opponent, trying to make Construct, realizing they pithing needle themselves. Do you think we'll see a Saga creature? I mean, now that we got a Saga land, I guess all things are possible in the land of Sagas. I think that we're going to get a new Phyrexian Invasion of Dominaria in this set. I think we're leading towards that. I don't think we're going to get Phyrexian Invasion of Dominaria in the Dominaria set. I think that we're going to be leading up to Phyrexia the following year. That's my guess. Opponent, played a bunch of artifacts. Are we dead? They've had this Tormod script since forever. Ginger Brew. Well, we're not fully dead. Hits us. Okay. Well, we'll see. Uh-oh. Oh. Alright, they're playing Galvanic Blast. Hey, let me see, Shiny. Have you heard the theory about Phyrexians time traveling to the Brothers' War? I have not seen that theory. What is that theory? Oh, that's a super fun idea. I've never really tried. I've played Slivers and I've played Dragons, but I've never really considered trying to use Sliver mana to ramp into Dragons. That's a super fun idea. I like it. Huh. Alright. Opponent's playing Affinity. Maybe Chalice is worth it if we can get it down fast enough. Nile Spellbomb's not doing anything. Binding's actually pretty slow. Hex Parasite's not been super impressive. Oh, all right, let's try the Chalices. We're gonna like that. I'm definitely excited for the Dominarian Brothers War sets. What are my predictions for Kamigawa? Well, I guess we'll keep it. So Kamigawa is just, it's got to have ninjas. I'm guessing ninjas. I'm guessing spirits. I think with people waiting so long for a return to Kamigawa, I'm guessing that Wizards is going to try really hard to meet those expectations. Opponent, Mishra's Bobble. Well, let's crack this. Get a Triome. Do your thing, opponent. Yeah, Ninjutsu, they gotta bring back Ninjutsu. We even saw the new Unblockable Rogue Werewolf, which I think is another one of the, like, sneakily good cards in the set. Suspicious Stowaway. To me, that almost feels like somewhat of a plant for Kamigawa. Like, that's the exact kind of card you want to support your werewolves. An unblockable 2-drop that loots and finds your stuff. Well, I guess we Godless Shrine. Off to not the fastest start. Samurai more than ninjas. Do you think they'll go back to the old creature types? Kamigawa had a lot of weird creature type, like foxes were supported, rats were supported. Do you think you're going to go back to that? I think my biggest concern with Kamigawa is I don't know how Wizards meets everyone's expectations in one set. It's something we've talked about before with the move away from blocks into one sets. Like, how do they give people everything they're wanting? Because people are going to want spirits. They're going to expect ninjas. They're going to want they're going to probably want some of the weirder creature types. Samurai is another one that they're probably going to want. Legendary sub-theme that's very Kamigawan. How are they going to... Zuberas? I want more Zuberas. Oh, more Zuberas would be so sweet. Zuberas in Standard would also be super sweet. But yeah. Like, how do they do that all in one set? Ugh. Horsemanship? I don't really know the point of horsemanship. I feel like horsemanship is just a mostly unnecessary mechanic. Well, Temeret calls the dead. Somehow our opponent has not done anything in their Memnite deck either. Well, we milled a bunch of lands that we definitely don't want to draw. Pass the turn. Like, is horsemanship actually a good mechanic? Do we need more than one flying? I kind of feel the same way about... like, Shadow. Like, I just feel like it's unnecessary. Why do we need more than one flying? It really is just flying. It is literally flying with extra steps. Extra words. Alright, Bizarro flying. Okay. I can get behind that. Makes me want to watch C-Lab. Well, mill some cards. Opponent gonna take a peek. We mill nothing of relevance. Play Urza's Saga. Wow, this deck does not run very smoothly. Opponent gonna crack a bobble to draw more cards. Well, I guess we might as well put an end to this Esper Sentinel. Oh, get in there with the zombie. Go zombie. Isn't Steampunk Kamigawa just Samurai Jack? Never really watched Samurai Jack. Maybe? Is it? Oh, snakes? That's another thing I associate with Kamigawa. I mean, Kamigawa could be awesome. I just kind of wish they were going for 2 sets. We'll see. We'll see how Innistrad goes. Maybe because of maybe if Innistrad goes well and has 2 sets in a row, maybe that'll get Wizards to go back to 2-set blocks at least. Favorite cake song? Probably Frank Sinatra is actually probably my favorite cake song. I was going to say Friend is a 4-letter word, which I also do like Friend is a 4-letter word. And I have argued long that should be the Commander Clash theme song. But copyright issues. It keeps that from happening. Hey, what's up, Night Greco? We are, at the moment, getting a little bit smacked trying to reanimate things with Hex Parasite. Time travel Kamigawa would be amazing. That would be pretty sweet. Alright, opponent hits us. Oh, we're just going to lose to Urza Saga. We lost our Urza Saga. Well, put it to the bottom. Temeret calls the dead. Part 20. We're just going to lose to Urza Saga, though. Wow, this has got to be one of the worst decks that we've ever played. Well, that's an exaggeration, but I feel like this deck is actually... Huh. We have not had any success trying to reanimate in Modern. Like, basically literally none. I feel like it's just not a very good archetype. Doug Geo! This deck looks so interesting, too. But so far it has been a bit of a disappointment. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you. So I think if we're going to play Hex Parasite and try to do... So I think there's 2 options. One is you just play Reanimator and you cut all the Sagas and you cut Hex Parasite. I don't think you can try to do the the Saga shenanigans, which in fairness we haven't really gotten to see go off yet. But I don't think you can play the Sagas and try to do Hex Parasite Saga stuff without playing Urza Saga to find Hex Parasite. Or else you just play other ways to fill the graveyard. You get rid of the Sagas, you get rid of Urza Saga, you get rid of Hex Parasite, and add Stoneforge and Cauldras or Griefs or whatever, and try to play something like that. But I don't think you can have the Hex Parasite plan without having Urza Saga, because it just won't be consistent. Like, even with Urza Saga, opponents drawn so many Urza Sagas. We've seen Urza Saga just win games on its own, and that's, boy, maybe Temurite Calls the Dead is just not good enough to see play in Modern. We haven't been able to assemble the Hex Parasite synergy to keep it going, but even if we did, what is it? It's making a 2/2 each turn? Maybe we whiff with it sometimes. Is that even Modern playable? Well, we can try to kill one of these. I mean, we made a bunch of zombies. We're missing the flubs. We're definitely missing the flubs. Hey, what's up, Elf? How are you? About it. Gonna make more constructs. Just got into Moto after evacuating for Ida. Anyone else find the community of players very impatient? I have gotten pretty quick with the interface, and so a lot of people complaining about slow play. Really? Interesting. Oh, only okay, Elf? Well, hopefully, yeah, this one's also over. Jeez, well, I mean, we'll give it one more shot, and then I guess we'll try to switch and play something else. Like, this has been a disappointing deck. Metsi, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip to you. Thank you. How excited am I for Return Innistrad? I am super excited. Innistrad is one of my favorite planes. It's just a great plane. And the new Innistrad, it feels so much like the old Innistrad that I'm really hyped for it. It seems so much better than in Shadows of Innistrad. Not that Shadows was bad, but it wasn't good. Do you think we'll see similar mechanics for human spirits and zombies in Crimson Vow? Similar to what? We should get the full main set spoiler tomorrow. And then Commander spoilers. Monday, I think, for the rest of the Commander decks. Anything else catching your eye that we could try in Modern? I feel like I'm glad that a new standard set's coming out, because we're getting to that point where I feel like we've played a big chunk of the new Modern stuff. Like, or it's stuff that we probably aren't going to play, like Burn, that we've just played, or Blue-White Control, like long-time decks. But as far as like new decks or decks that have been updated or got new additions, I feel like we played a pretty high percentage of them. Is there anything on our list for Modern yet that we just haven't gotten to yet? I don't think there's much. Tron. I mean, we could play Tron. I mean, we play the Hollow One deck. I enjoy playing Hollow One decks. It's kind of a madnessy Hollow One deck. Alright, this hand seems bad. We will mulligan. This hand, well, we got Persist and we got Unmarked Grave, so keep, I guess. Yeah, we were talking about the Curse Commander. The Curse Commander is really sweet. I love that it fixes the problem with curses in Commander. Like, that's what makes me most excited about it. Like, curses are hard to make work in Commander, and this is a Commander that actually seems to make them work in the format, which is really sweet. New Zoo deck for Modern challenge is sweet. Ooh, is there what is the new Zoo deck? Well, we will Temple Garden, untapped. Alright, let's see if there's a blowout. Unmarked Grave. 4. Archon. Pass the turn. Oh, did you see that they're ending... Did you see they're ending support for Standard and Pauper on Moto? Not full support, but they're ending, like, challenges in the big events. Because there just haven't been enough people playing them. That actually makes me a little bit nervous. As someone who loves Moto, I feel like that's a wrong direction to head. Gonna try Mardu Land Destruction to FNM. Ooh, sure. Let me take a look. Yeah, Gen is a decent Curse commander. I don't think it's quite as good as this new one, though. The new one is spectacular for curses. I mean, people haven't been playing Pauper because, well, it's been in a horrible place. And Standard, I guess, has mostly moved to Arena for the most part, although some people do play. So it makes some amount of sense, but not the trajectory that I'm hoping to see for Moto. Yeah, it is a little... Oh, they're a Kiki Jack. Wow, they got one land in their Kiki Jack? Okay. It is a little bit awkward that you can't play Overwhelming Splendor, but there's really not much that is white as far as curses. You don't miss out on hardly anything, or green for that matter. Yeah, it is funny because Richard said the same thing. Like, Richard plays Standard when a new set releases and stuff on Moto because of the economy on Arena. It's just too expensive. So he goes back to Moto and just plays on Moto. Now let me see, Dusty. Is Clues a deck in Modern? Not really. There's a fun, like, game objects deck with, like, Lannis and all these token producers where you're just trying to, like, make as many tokens as possible and win somehow, which is pretty sweet, but I haven't seen, like, a true Clue deck. Alright, opponent Eladrami's calls. Why are they doing this all? They're trying to get an answer to the Archon? About it. Yeah, losing out on Overwhelming Splendor is a bit of a bummer. That is the one good white curse. Winter Milan, how are you? Good to see ya. Yeah, I mean, the zoo deck looks solid. I mean, it's another just Dragon Rage Shayna Ragavan deck, though. But it is an interesting take on it. Seems very aggressive. I don't know, I've just seen so many Dragon Rages and Ragavans. Not that I refuse to play them or anything, but... Can you have a brew that has those cards in it? I don't know if you can. Mardu... Alright, so opponent... took some work, but they figured out a way to deal with the first Archon. Alright. Well, sure. We will play Concealed Courtyard. Play Temerat Calls the Dead. Mill some cards. Eat Temerat Calls the Dead. Pass the turn. Yeah, Mardu Land Destruction looks fun. Opponent, violating into 3. And you should play this cool deck I've heard about called Ragavan Pile. I wonder if Ragavan's gonna stick around, or Dragon Rage Channeler, or Urza Saga for that matter. As much as I love Modern Horizon sets, they're some of my favorite sets, I am a little bit hesitant about how big of an impact they're having on Modern. I kind of wish that they were having a little bit less of an impact. This isn't like a Modern is bad complaint or anything. I'm not saying that by any stretch. But it is a little weird to just see so many cards for Modern Horizons just essentially take over the format. Been playing LSV's Fairy Blade deck. It has been a blast. Ooh. Fairy Blade. What I don't think I've seen Fairy Blade. Yeah, Lura's going would make me happy. Is there a ban list coming soon? Bannings happen kind of whenever. Since Lord of the Rings set will effectively be Modern Horizons C, let's see if it's powered down comparatively. I don't think it's fair to consider it Modern Horizons 3, just because Wizards was pretty clear that they didn't design it for Modern. Modern Horizon sets are designed and presumably tested for Modern. My concern about the Lord of the Rings set is the opposite, actually. That they actually just said, like, this isn't designed for Modern, but we're going to make it legal there. So my concern is Hogak-style situations, where cards that Wizards isn't really thinking about in the context of Modern happen to be really broken in Modern. Hey, what's up, Ryuzi? How are you? Good to see ya. What decks are going to be good after rotation? Ooh. Well, the safe bets are probably the decks, some of them, especially the aggro ones that are already good in Standard 2022. Like, yeah, we played some Smallpox a couple of weeks ago, and it's super sweet. Wow. All right. All right. Look at these shenanigans. One land opener, not a problem for our opponent. They are piecing this together somehow. Yeah, Smallpox is definitely sweet. So I think that, I mean, it's opponent, reanimating more things. So I think the easy picks are white aggro, green aggro, is it dragons? I think those are all very likely to be good after rotation. And then there's a ton of we didn't mill anything. Yeah, these sagas feel pretty bad. I'm starting to think that the plan that drew me to the deck, this spicy, interesting part of the deck, is actually just not very good. Alright, duress you and kill your Kiki. Discard Archon. Opponent. Well, we'll take the Neo form. Pass the turn. Weird situation. We got a chance for reanimation next turn. Wait, what are we getting button for now? Teamer Treasure Dragons with Old Gnawbone. I wonder, I don't know. Old Gnawbone is 7 mana, though. I feel like a lot of the... Alright, opponent's going to Eladrami's Call on their upkeep. 4. Yeah, we should have floated mana there. For Kiki. Wait. Oh, for Omnath? Well, alright. Hex Parasite. Got him. Ha 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 ha! Yes, we would like to remove a counter from Ether Vial. Yes! Oh, that makes it all worth it. Oh, that's so good. Yes, okay. Okay. Opponent's just playing 5-colored Recruiter Kiki-Jiki. Oh, a quick reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. If you need some Magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. That was actually a big swing. Oh, we get to scry. Well, I don't think we want to tap land at this point. We will persist Archon. make you discard, draw a card. Okay, we're getting there. Yeah, it is hilarious that actually worked. Opponent discards a land. Well, I guess we just put an end to this vial. Get in with a zombie. Pass the turn. Come on, land. Well, we're in it. We're in it. That was kind of hilarious. Hex Parasite is a unique card. I think the problem with Horizons, I think the problem with Horizons have as much as an impact is maybe they feel less like players forming the meta and Wizards handpicking it. Historic Horizons felt that way. Yeah, I think that's something that's come up quite a few times recently. From formats to standard back to modern, is it does occasionally feel like Wizards almost puts precon decks into sets. Like, this is something that Paulo, PVDDR, has talked about several times, which I think is a good and interesting point, but it's kind of like energy or adventures. Some of these mechanics, the way they're designed, and I don't know. I don't know if it's a bias where we're just not remembering it being like this in the past and it was always this way, or if it really has gotten worse recently. But it is kind of true where, like, if you just take a bunch of cheap, relatively efficient cards that say adventure on it and stick the things that are adventure payoffs and just, like, put them together with mana, you do have a deck. There's not really a whole lot of... And I think that might also be a side effect to the one-set block thing. In a one-set block, if you print a mechanic like Adventures, and you want Adventures to be good enough to see play, you also need to make sure that in that one set, you have enough cards, and those cards are strong enough that they can actually compete with 5, 7, 8 other sets of cards in Standard. Hey, what's up, Bull? How are you? So, yeah, I think that might be part of it, too. I found a conundrum. I have Doubling Season, Parallel Lives, and Primal Vigor, and I have no idea what to do with them. I would say make a token. Play a Thraben Inspector. As far as gameplay, or as far as figuring out if you're going to keep them in your collection or not? I mean, those are all sweet cards. I definitely enjoy playing decks like that. Let's go to Priest. Alright, Needle's in for the Vials. And for Kiki. If you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh!, it works very similarly. Also, to be fair, I feel like outside of printing super busted things, you're not going to see too many new archetypes and rather just support for old decks. So do you think that Magic is trending to be more like Yu-Gi-Oh! Then? I feel like I've heard some people mention that too. Ew. Alright, well. Bottom and... Actually... How do we get stuff in the graveyard? We put these to the bottom and trust in Temret Calls the Dead? Okay. Alright, Temret Calls the Dead. You can do it, buddy. The Great Destroyer! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you. I've heard people say that about products, too, that you could argue Secret Lairs is a little bit like how other games do it, where they print... I mean, look at Teferi or Karn, which we just got Secret Lair drops from, that they'll print, like, busted new cards at a high rarity, and they'll be very expensive, and then a bit later, they'll reprint them in a cheaper, more accessible way in, like, a box set or something. So I almost wonder if maybe that is where Wizards is getting their inspiration from. Yeah, we can try to keep the Saga around. And the Temret. Maybe this is a game where Hex Parasite's going to actually go off. Opponent gets the Yarion. Well, I guess we just play the Priest. This is the high upside play. We can play the Priest. If it lives and Temret Calls the Dead, miraculously mills a real card, which it usually doesn't, but if it does, look out. Look out, Yarion. Yeah, we can take counters. Yeah, Hex Parasite has shenanigans with this hand. We can take counters off Urza Saga. We can take counters off Temret Calls the Dead. Busted cards have high reprint. Busted cards having high reprints is how other TCDs thrive. Gotta remember that it's mostly a younger audience that buys into it. I mean, I'm all in favor of reprints. Like, Magic cards being cheaper, I think, is a good thing for everyone. I don't know about the reprints being through Secret Lair drops. I don't know. I mean, I guess a reprint's a reprint. So in some sense, like, it's a good thing for everyone that there's more Teferis out there. It's different than past reprints. Modern is on rails, but what are examples? Wait, on rails? Is that a good or a bad thing? I don't think I'm up on all this. Oh, if that was in our... if that was one card deeper, we'd be so happy. Does that mean good or bad? Hello, fellow kids. What is this rails word? I'm actually honestly not sure if that means... Oh, okay. Decks that were pre-built by wizards. I gotcha. I mean, I don't know. So in Modern, I think it's... Personally, I feel like it's harder to make that argument in Modern. I think there's definitely examples of... Hopefully we don't get blown out by this. There's definitely examples of wizards printing cards to Archburglar Lord for the 23rd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. There's definitely examples of wizards powering up archetypes. We saw Modern Horizon 1 ninjas to power up ninjas, or Modern Horizons 2 Affinity, Enchantress, but I don't feel like those feel like pre-built decks. I have seen more examples of that in Standard, or things that feel more like that in Standard. But again, as I said before, I'm not sure if it's that we're just not remembering that it's always been like this, and it really actually has always been like this. I think that's a possibility that we're just kind of misremembering. And that fairies from Lorwyn, you could also make the argument that, oh, it's like basically a pre-built deck. And so I think that is a possibility. Have you noticed Snappy and Scary Teferi are introduced to the list with Ancient Tomb, Black Micaias, Vidalcanori, amongst others? I haven't actually caught up on what was added to the list yet, although that is pretty sweet. Well, Hex Parasite. Unmarked Grave. Ephemerit's Omnath. What are they trying to draw? Something for Solitude? Alright, well, get an Archon. Reanimate an Archon. Win? Are we going to win? Hex Parasite? And friends? This was a Hex Parasite win. That was a Hex Parasite win. Hex Parasite removing the counter from the Ether Vial. Won this game 1. Really? An opponent scoops it up? Alright, a match has officially been won. It is possible. The kids are still looking hungry. But, but it is possible to win with Hex Parasite in Modern. Do you see Pioneer gaining any traction post-Challenger decks? The Auras deck is just my historic deck I've been playing. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it... about to take off? No, we still got a while. We got another... I'm gonna be streaming for probably another hour or so. Next stream is Tuesday, though. We have spoilers still on Monday. So Monday, no stream because of spoilers. Tuesday and Thursday next week. But we're still going, even after this league, we'll either play another league or we might just jump over and play some historic for a bit. Something like that, but we're still streaming for a bit. I do think that the Challenger decks are going to help Pioneer. I think right now the focus is going to be on Standard. And Standard theoretically being good, all the new Innistrad cards. I think that is that's going to be the immediate focus. But I think the challenger decks are at least something for Pioneer. The big one though is going to be putting it on Arena. Like that is what's going to make Pioneer a legitimate format. I guess the other thing that could happen is Paper continuing to make a return. We'll see. Things are so up and down and all around with the pandemic and variants and all this stuff. Who knows how quickly that's going to happen? But if we get back to the point where we could have a Pioneer GP or Magic Fest, like that would also be a really big deal for the format. So those are the things I'm really looking for. The Challenger decks, I think, are nice. And I think hopefully that helps with some like grassroots interest in the format, because those are decks that people can like pick up and go play in FNM essentially. Ew. Emery's for days, eh? Well, I'll take an Emery. But it's something I can just pick up for hopefully cheap, go and play an FNM, and hopefully that gets people interested in the format. And then once it does come to Arena, or once we do get GPs back, hopefully some of those people will keep going. Do they even have FNMs anymore? They do. They still do. I think it's somewhat location dependent with the pandemic stuff, but FNMs and in-store events are a thing, assuming they are allowed in your area, basically. Your LGS didn't even have pre-releases. Well, is that just because of the pandemic, though? Or are they, like, getting out of doing pre-releases altogether? I feel like Hex Parasite might be a great sub for Pyrite Spellbomb in the Infinite Saheeli Artifact combo. Ooh, that actually could be pretty sweet. Well, Alright. Priest. The reanimation plan is going to be tricky because our opponent does have Graveyard 8. Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot that Wizards can do about the pandemic part of it, honestly. Like, other than the fact that things are currently sort of heading in the direction towards more stuff. Like, we have sports happening with full stadiums again and stuff, which we didn't last year. So there's signs that we're heading in that direction, but I don't think we can really blame Wizards. I don't think Wizards wanted to not have FNMs or whatever. I don't think that was their goal or their dream. I think that's just, unfortunately, a necessity with how the pandemic went. Isn't Standard basically an online format now? I mean, right now it is basically an online format. We'll see. Like, and then the other thing it's like kind of hanging there over all this is all the OP stuff. That's the other thing. Even outside of the pandemic, Wizards hasn't really laid out a plan for organized play. They say that they want it to be sweet when they announce it eventually, but they haven't really given us anything outside of some like small store championships coming back. But we haven't heard anything, period, about pro level play or GP level play. And I think that's the other thing. I think that stuff actually really matters. Maybe I'm wrong and maybe it doesn't, but my feeling is it actually does make a pretty big difference. Like, I don't know. What do you think? I don't know how many of you have played, like, pro-level events, but how much does the lower-level play matter? If you're someone who plays in Paper, does the fact that you could win a PTQ and make it to a Pro Tour, does that influence you, like, buying a Standard deck in Paper? Or does it just not matter? Are we just past that? Are we to a point where it's Commander's World now, and that's all that really matters, is you're looking to... You just want to buy your Commander deck and play with your friends, which is definitely the direction we're heading. But I kind of feel like that pathway still has to matter to some people at least. Because I think it's like a justification. Even if you know you're maybe deceiving yourself and it's unlikely that you're going to be the next LSV or whatever, I I could see thinking, well, like, you know, making a Pro Tour would be really cool. Maybe I don't want to spend a bunch of money on a standard deck and paper, but I can go to this PTQ and maybe I can win some prizes, and who knows, maybe I end up going to a Pro Tour or something. Like, that seems like a reasonable line of thinking, at least. If they can't fix it, it's 90% white guys under 40. Not going to speak to me. Yeah, I mean, I think that is... This is not a good scenario. What do we do about this? Persist, but nothing in the graveyard. Ooh. Yeah, I think we might be getting out Saga'd here. Our opponent actually has artifacts, and again, yeah, we're super dead. Well, I mean, I guess wiping their graveyard sort of does something. Not a lot, but it does do something, technically. Yeah. Well, get rid of the graveyard. Keep them from Emerying. See if we remain alive. Did you see the Voodoo Doll Linz is holding? It's the Curse Guy from the Curse Cycle. Oh, is it? I didn't pay any attention. Yeah, I think that... I mean, yeah. Local game stores, a lot of them in general, do tend to be kind of good old boy, you know, nerd hangout type places. So I could see how it could definitely be an uncomfortable place if you're not part of that that demographic. I think, yeah, we're super dead. I think hopefully that's heading in a better direction slowly, although slowly is probably a key word there. Oh wait, what is a new card? Oh, it is the Curse Guy. That's absolutely hilarious. One thing I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed by is in the meat hook, there's no Stuffy Doll. There really should be a Stuffy Doll. I don't know if you realize this. I don't know how many of you know this, the saga of Stuffy Doll. Stuffy Doll was originally on, I think the Rack was the first one. And I was hoping they would bring this meme back because in the early days when they wanted to do hardcore torture stuff, they didn't want to put an actual human on it. That would be too over the top. So we got Stuffy Doll. There's the beginning of Stuffy Doll in the original Rack because you don't want to have an actual person on the Rack. That'd be a little too morbid and over the top. So Stuffy Doll spent the early years of Magic basically being tortured and abused. It was also in the Curse Rack. I think there was another one too that I'm not thinking of now. But there's like 3 or 4 early Black Vice. But there's like 3 or 4 early years cards. Oh, maybe they don't have the... Oh, there it is. Yep, Black Vice is another one with Stuffy Doll in it. So I was hoping with some of the more like torturous stuff from Innistrad, like the Meat Hook Massacre, I was hoping they were gonna have like somewhere on a Meat Hook like the Stuffy Doll hanging. I thought would have been really, really sweet, but I mean, I wasn't playing in the earliest days of Magic. That's before my time. I like the history of the game, so I have researched a lot of it, but it is definitely before my era as far as actually playing it. Well, I guess we run it back, give it one more shot. How many spoilers are left? Tomorrow is the last day of spoilers. I haven't actually looked at the number crunch. I don't think there's a ton, but I think there's a few. What is this new card? We didn't actually look at the new card. Is the new card relevant? Obsessive Astronomer. 2 mana 2/2. If it's neither night nor day, it becomes day when it enters the battlefield. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, discard up to 2 cards and draw that many cards. That actually seems kind of good. I mean, a lot of these cards are really difficult to evaluate because similar to adventures or energy, I feel like the day night stuff, it's either going to all succeed together or it's going to all fail together. And that makes it really tough to evaluate. Same with the new Phoenix. Like Sunstreak Phoenix, if there's a real deck that's competitive and built around turning day to night and night to day, Sunstreak Phoenix is great. If that deck doesn't exist or it's not very good, then it doesn't really do anything. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think there's enough daybound, nightbound cards to make it work in an absolute sense. How powerful it'll be, gonna have to play with it and find out. But I think if there is a daybound, nightbound deck, like this doesn't seem bad. You get to start the process going, and then you get to double loot, essentially, or double rummage whenever it switches. Seems fine. Well, alright. We will put Temerat Calls the Dead to the bottom. Hope to not get hit by a million discard spells. And maybe we can discard this Archon and find a reanimation spell. Yeah, you get to loot away the Phoenix. There's some synergy there. It's going to be interesting to see if a daybound, nightbound deck, well, to see if it develops, for one, but also to see if it's a werewolf deck or if it's just kind of a generic good stuff deck. Because there really isn't, that I've seen, a specific reason to play werewolves outside of Tovolar. Like, Tovolar's good, and that actually cares about werewolves, but there's not a ton of payoffs for playing werewolves in specific, so maybe you play the good werewolves, and you play, like, the Phoenix, and you play some other stuff, and your theme is, like, werewolf... God. Well, that's it. Boy, this has been a blowout. This has been a blowout. Daybound, nightbound seems like a nightbound to keep track of. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I care anymore. Like, I think it's all about Arena now and digital. Like, I think that's been going on for a while. Like, daybound, nightbound, probably a little bit annoying to keep track of, but nothing like the complexity of Mutate or something. So I think we're just at a point where Wizards knows that paper is mostly Commander, and as far as like standard mechanics and stuff, the main place is going to see play is in digital. So yeah, it's annoying to track. I mean, the same is true of like many cards that have been printed in the past year. It's kind of like over the top. Like, even the MDFCs and transform cards in general. But MDFC is like playing them in paper. You have a land that you want to play on turn one. And if you want to play your pathway, you have to physically take it out of your sleeve and flip it around and put it back in your sleeve. Like, that's not smooth and easy and enjoyable. Wow, we're just, boy. Well, this deck is pretty bad. Pretty bad. So I think that Wizards has passed it. That's my take. Does it check if it becomes day or night, even if there is no card on the battlefield that refer to that? So the way day night's gonna work is, let's see, where's one of these cards? So until something starts the process, you don't track it. So the game starts. It's not night or day, but then as soon as someone plays a werewolf or something like this obsessive astronomer, that starts the process. And then for the rest of the game, even if there's a Wrath and there's no night and day stuff on the battlefield, then you would be tracking night and day for the rest of the game. Because it's going to matter. Even if there's a Wrath, there's nothing on the battlefield. You cast 2 spells, you got to flip it from night to day, or you don't cast a spell, you got to flip it back. Because stuff could come in on, a different side depending on whether it's night or day. So I think that's the main idea. You don't need to track it until something with the mechanic is played. But once it's played, you got to track it for the rest of the game, whether you like it or not. I'm surprised they don't put more Commander cards on Arena. And maybe they will? Yeah, were super duper in trouble. And maybe they will now that they're doing Historic Brawl. But I'm kind of surprised that we don't get more of them. I think the big issue is there's just not really there hasn't been a place to play them. Now that Historic Brawl is supported, there's kind of a place to play them, although it's still nowhere near actually being able to play real Commander. Tracking night and day with nothing on the battlefield, going to leave to judge calls. Yeah, hopefully people just get in the habit of it, I guess. I mean, I think it's only really mostly going to matter to Standard. So if you're playing Modern or Legacy, like, you don't really got to deal with it. Kind of to some extent like Dungeons. Like, they might matter to Standard to some extent, but hopefully it won't be too big of a deal. Someday, somehow, Wizards is gonna find a way to put multiplayer online. I think that's how Wizards makes the most money. Wizards finding a way to get something like Commander online on a place that's not Moto, because a lot of arena players can't handle Moto, unfortunately, or they need to upgrade Moto quite a bit. I mean, Moto is other than people not liking it and it having, I guess, somewhat of a questionable reputation. Yeah, there's no way we can win from here. Wow, this deck was a blowout. But in a lot of ways, Moto is the perfect place for people to play Commander. Like, it really, truly is. Hoy-yi-yi, this deck. Well, I don't know what to say about this one, because it's really cheap, and has some crashes now and then, especially with 4-player games. But, I mean, in general, it's pretty functional, and the decks are really inexpensive for the most part. Like, this Paradox Zur deck, $700 in paper, $50 on Magic Online, and that is true for most of the staple level cards. They're just ridiculously cheap. Fetch lands, Flooded Strand is one of the more expensive ones, up near $10. Shock lands are like cents now for the most part. Hallowed Fountain is $1. Marsh Flats is $2. Demonic Tutors $3.99. Like, so many cards. Zur is $2. So many cards that you'd be spending a ton of money on. So the economy is really set up in a way that Moto's economy could really support Commander being huge. We just can't. I don't know. Some people just can't get past the oldness of it, and I get that. Moto does look like a spreadsheet from the early 2000s. It's not a flashy new video game by any stretch. When I had my friends on Moto used to play rental services, I could basically make any non-EDH deck. Yeah, I mean, I use rental services, and that's how I play everything. I also have a decent collection from before the rental services, but I'm disappointed the Secret Lairs aren't included. I'm doubly, triply disappointed that Wizards can't get the Commander cards on here. They always used to have the Commander cards on Moto in a pretty timely manner, but the last couple of sets, for whatever reason, you see all these red boxes around them. That means they didn't bother to put them on the client yet. And it's like the big face cards. Like, we haven't been able to do a Prosper Commander Clash because they just haven't put it onto Moto yet. And that's true of most of the new cards from the last two Commander releases. So I think that's even the bigger issue. Anyway, so this deck, I don't know what to say. I'm sure we could have played better, but I don't feel like we just obviously punted a bunch of matchups. It didn't feel all that strong. I'm not sure the plan's worth it. We did get someone once with Hex Parasite that was sweet with the Ether Vial, but Temret's Call the Dead felt pretty underpowered. We never really got to keep Hex Parasite on the battlefield and go off with Temret Calls the Dead. We got blown out by Graveyard Hate. I don't know. It just didn't feel very good overall. I think the idea of Hex Parasite is really neat, but as far as it actually being functional, it wasn't nearly as functional as I was hoping. So let's jump over and play a bit of Historic. I don't think we have enough time to do another. Look how clean my desktop is, by the way. beautiful, clean desktop. What's the donation amount to get you to brew around a card or an archetype? Make an offer. What card do you wanna? What card do you want to see brewed around? Whose idea was to bring over Brewer's Kitchen? His video was super funny. I've liked Brewer's Kitchen's content ever since I first saw it, like a year ago when he first started making videos. It just blew me away how high quality it was. Like the editing's so good, he's funny. So when the opportunity came up and it just kind of worked out that Phil was looking to kind of go to the next step. It just worked out to get him on Goldfish, and super excited about it. I think it's a really perfect fit. Like his humor and his janky deck building and all that is like just a natural fit for Goldfish stuff. And I think the response has been pretty good. I was surprised how many people didn't know who he was, but I guess that makes sense because he had a pretty small YouTube channel. So I guess it would make sense that a lot of people didn't know him, but a lot of people who didn't know him and then watched the video seemed to like it, so. Yeah, he is just genuinely fun, and he's, like, very good at editing. That's the other thing I'm excited about, selfishly, is I'm self-taught with editing, and I have improved to some extent, but I'm nowhere near like Phil's level of editing. So it's nice to have like someone who's really talented at editing to bounce stuff off too, which is sweet. Uh-oh. Have we destroyed Arena? Oh, is Arena not working? I forgot that there were people. We were talking. At least Moto works. At least if I turn on Moto, it works. I forgot there were people tweeting today about it not working. We have a new donation from Chuck the Yak. Thank you so much, Chuck. How are you? A $10 donation. Update Mono Red Storm for Historic. Updating Mono Red Storm for Historic does sound like it could be sweet. What new additions do we get? All right, I'm gonna hang on. Let me pull this up real quick. I guess I'm gonna have to restart. Is Arena down? Maybe we're going back to Moto because at least it functions. At least we can play a game of Magic. Thank you so much for the donation, by the way, Chuck. All right, maybe it'll work this time. You have to restart sometimes. It does not like Jumpstart Historic Horizons. They added Jumpstart Historic Horizons, and Arenas went, okay, it looks like we're gonna get in. And it looks like it is what, way downhill. All right, so what are we playing in on Arena? Update Mono Red Storm. We haven't played Elves. We have played a bit of Reanimator. We played Squirrel Twin. Soul Herder's fun, but we did play some Soul Herder. Alright, so it seems like it is working. Mono Red Storm. So what additions? I guess that's the question, is what additions are there to Mono Red Storm if we want to update Mono Red Storm? Let me see if I can pull up the old deck list. Alright. Alright, so what new additions from Jumpstart could we possibly put in this? Mono Red Harmonicon. Ooh. Are there enough? Actually, that's kind of a neat idea. Alright, Chuck, I got it uploaded. I do got it uploaded. How many red wizards are there with triggered abilities? Are there enough to do anything with? Because we do have... there might not be. What red wizards are there, I guess? So there's, like, prowess stuff. I mean, I feel like you can build a Harmonic Prodigy, like, prowess wizard deck. Like, Harmonic Prodigy, Atlas, and be like, is it wizards? I don't know if you can do mono red. I mean, maybe you could do, like, a weird burn deck. Like, Vishino Pyromancer, Harmonic Prodigy, get you Journey Mage, Wizard's Lightning, maybe. Basalt Ravager. Like, maybe you could do... Is there a Fnatic Amogus? There is. Like, I guess you could try to do, like, mono red burn. Dogamith! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So just, like, mono red wizard burn, essentially. I mean, it seems like it could be functional. We probably need more red mana symbols. That's the only thing that is kind of a bummer. So this wants wizards. This is a shaman. I don't know. It's a little... It might be a little clunky. We're kind of like in between. Maybe we just play shamans and wizards? I wonder if that could work. I wonder if you add them both together, because then we could play Burning Tree, which is 2 red mana symbols, technically. Yeah, Delver and Dragon Rage Channeler together is going to be a little bit scary. At least there's no Brainstorm. I mean, it'd probably be something like this. I don't know if this is... Like, it would probably look something like this. This would probably be mono red Harmonic Prodigy. I don't know what the odds are of it actually being successful. Probably could a few lands. I mean, it's mostly good. There's Wizard's Lightning in there. The only downside is a lot of them are... A lot of them are pretty underpowered. If we get Wrath or something, things are gonna go pretty horribly. Just try it in Best of One. That might actually... Well... If we play Best of One, then we're just gonna get Trickeried a million times, aren't we? Oh! How do we stop a Tybalt's Trickery? We need more spells. Why do we need spells, though? Like, what do we need spells for? Because I think this just doubles up any of our triggers. So, all the creatures, like, this hits for 4. This hits for something. I actually don't even know if we need Soulscar Mage. I don't even know if Soulscar Mage would be good. What would be the best... What's the best red card that we could play against Trickery? Is there even anything? I'm not even sure that there is. Discard, draw Sliver. Who But the slivers are sweet. And if you're a Sliver fan... You might wanna check the YouTube tomorrow, but I don't know if slivers really fit in this deck. Can we trickery our opponent's trickery? Trickery the thing they cast off the trickery. Roiling Vortex. I mean, I guess it does hit our opponent for 10. That might be enough. I don't know what the odds are we can turn on Unholy Heat. Probably not very high. You know what? Let's try best of one. That might be the way to go. Let's put the Roiling Vortexes in the main deck. This is probably a horrible idea. All right. let's try. And we might still try to update Storm Jug. Let's try it. We have been wanting to hose trickery decks. I don't know if we need Soul Scar. I mean, I guess it's a 1-drop, so maybe we just want it for a 1-drop, but we don't have many spells. I feel like we need more spells if we're gonna make it good. Oh, this is gonna hurt. All right. Well, I mean, we got Harmonic Prodigy. We had a bunch of things to cast. We're gonna need more mana, but this is theoretically a lot of damage. Like, if our stuff just sits on the battlefield, this is technically a ridiculous amount of damage, maybe a lethal amount of damage. We just gotta do it fast before we burn ourselves out. Which is a concern about it. Panharmonicon is in a rough spot in Historic at the moment. Wizards keeps printing this incidental artifact date, which is killing it. It's just making it so hard to play Panharmonicon. Oh, we're up against hardcore control by the looks. Well, Burning Tree. This would be sweet if it didn't get countered. Oh, it didn't get countered. Okay. Well. Fanatic Amogus. I mean, this is some damage. Hit you for 8. Huron with 2 lands. Hit you. Oh, no. Seal Away. Who plays Seal Away? Ashmanala. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super tier for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, Pyromancer. Opponent has Absorb. I'll hit him to 7. Opponent untaps. Foretells a Doomscar, I presume. Well, go to combat. Attack ya. More Seal Aways. Okay. Down to 5. Down to 4. Doomscar. Oh, Wizards lightning you to 1. Ramanov Ruins. Ramanov Ruins. I think we got him. I think we got him. How do you beat the land? You only got 1 field. They need 2 Field of Ruins. Oh, if they have 2 Field of Ruins, that's insane. Opponent, Field of Ruin. Thins the deck. Okay. Oh, as much as I don't like losing to control, I do like beating control. You got another one? No. Watch your opponent have a Stifle. Oh! I was joking! No one expects a Stifle. Oh my god. I was totally joking. Oh no. Now what? That is the least likely thing. I knew it was an Historic, but I've never seen anyone play it because it's it is totally not playable. I guess I called it. Are we doing it again? I mean, I guess we can do it on our opponent's turn. Opponent. Ah, no stifle this time. They got us good with that first one. They got us real good. Oh, that was so good. Well, that kind of worked there. It felt like weird mono red, but it worked. It kind of technically worked. Yeah, stifles. Whew. It doesn't have enough good targets. If they ever, what do you think? Should they add fetch lands? Oh, the clip. All right, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna go back and watch that one because that was so good. Do you think they will, or should they, ever add fetch lands to Historic? I'm kind of feeling like yes. I kind of feel like, oh, gabos. I kind of feel like, since we're going full on digital, why not? There's no shuffling to worry about. So you might as well just put them on there. Mana Gorger Phoenix. Not goblins. Well, Vashino Pyromancer. Hit ya. Might be losing this race. Oh, no chat. Why is there no chat? That's very odd. Huh. There should be chat. Streamlabs must be having issues today. No blocks. Yeah, where did chat go? Well, I guess we can. Oh, there's no chat on. Okay, there we go. Well, this is better than nothing, I guess, for the time being. We're down to 13. 2 Mana Gorger Phoenixes. Yeah, this race does not seem winnable. Without a Harmonic Prodigy, I feel like our opponent's just a better version of Mono Red. Opponent. Cowboys, Bucks, or continue with Saffron. I mean, we're going another half hour or so, and then you can switch to Cowboys, Bucks. Plus, you know it's going to be a blowout. The Cowboys are really bad. No offense, fans from Texas, but the Bills are finally good for the first time. For the first time in my life. For the first time in my life, the Bills are good, so I get to throw shade at other teams, especially the Cowboys, because when I was a young lad, the Cowboys beat the Bills in the Super Bowls twice in a row. So this is my time. But actually, I don't think the Cowboys are that good. Cowboys are just really overrated. Every year, people think the Cowboys are good, and every year they are actually not good. Oh, all right. Let's see if we can build the Storm deck. Yeah, I mean, BB caught him, though. If the Bills are playing right now, would you be watching? Would we be watching you watch the game? I would still be streaming. But I would put on the game after the stream. All right, so what do we have to add to Storm? What are the additions? We did get a very nice donation from Chuck. So the Mono Red Storm deck. I feel like going into green is tricky. But maybe it's worth it. I mean, whether or not it's worth it is probably fun. Galvanic Relay. If this gave you the cards right away, it'd be crazy. Any update on the puppies? Hopefully about a week to go until I can close on the house and get the puppies. So soon. Chatterstorm, first day of class Galvanic Relay. What would we cut? That's the other question. So Chatterstorm, it's a little awkward because it's green, but it is fun. We can play it just to try to go off with it. Galvanic Relay. It doesn't give you the cards right away though. That's such a bummer. Hazard Monument underperforms when you play the deck. Yeah, I mean, it's just another way to go infinite. We just need, like, you need, what, 2 different Burgee effects? It's not one of the better Burgee effects, but it is a Burgee effect. First day of class. It's a lot of E's. So what do we cut? So if we trim Hazaret's Monument, we need, apparently, I think green mana. Bard class would be interesting to try again. Bard class, I think Bard class could have potential with, like, Ave. Probably not Chatterstorm as much, but... And then, I guess Merchant of the Veil? And like a couple Ox of Agodases? Are we cutting too many combo pieces? Maybe we only play a couple Chatterstorms? Something like that seems somewhat functional. An Archomancer. An Archomancer... I guess it could replace Hazaret's Monument. Maybe we don't need as many grape shots? And we trust that if we combo... but how do we draw through our deck? Galvanic Relay doesn't draw till the next turn. Just trust that Wish is gonna get him. Yeah, that's a reasonable idea. And try to go Wish instead. I think we gotta play at least some in the main. I guess we could put like the Chatterstorm. Huh. First day of class. Galvanic Relay. A grape shot in the sideboard. Maybe something like that could work. Let's try it and see what happens. I miss GP Vegas too. I don't know if any of these ideas are good. That's why I gave you $10. Well, I appreciate it, Chug. I'm not sure either. My initial take was, when they spoiled the cards, is that going into green would probably be fun because Chatterstorm's cool, but it would probably make the deck less competitive, which isn't a bad thing, necessarily, if the goal is to have fun. Volo Guide to Monsters also goes infinite with Grinningus. Wait, how is that possible? Because don't you get a copy with Volo, and then you have a creature of the same type, and then it'll stop copying? War Cadence. I'm going to have to look through. Oh, all right, we got the Chatterstorm, so Well, we'll see. Chatterstorm's time to shine. War Cadence. Oh, I remember Tomer playing this in a Commander Clash, I think, or someone. 3 mana, red and X. This turn, creatures can't block unless their controllers pay X for each blocking creature he or she controls. It seems like it could be good in some sort of very aggressive deck, where if you got a big board, this is the way that you can get through blockers, potentially. So I think it's a little narrow in that if you're dirtling around, it doesn't have much value, and a lot of people just want to dirtle around in Commander, so that might be part of it, is there's just so many dirtle decks. But if you are playing an aggro-style deck, it actually seems pretty good. Well, let me see, Fleewee. Ah, going with the Burning Tree Emissary plan, eh? Rose Thorn Acolyte. Strike it, Rich. How has it worked for you, Fleewee? Yeah, that's a lot different than Mono Red Storm. Can you get the storm count high enough without being able to go infinite with Grinning Ingus? That's always the challenge. Well, play a... Yes, control matchup might be a challenge. Well, play a land, Grinning Ingus. Get a counter. Oh, opponent. Dirty, dirty opponent. I'll hit you past the turn. You won't run out of red mana with Volos and Ingus. I'm actually like kind of confused of how that combo works, because I thought, doesn't Volo only copy if there's no other creature with the same creature type? Well, let's keep cantripping. Cantrip, cantrip. Spike Field Hazard. Bird, yeah. I mean, this is a relatively big Chatterstorm. We'll see if they just have a sweeper. If they do, we're probably going to die. If they don't... So opponent goes to 17. Hit ya. Well, alright. Chatter, chatter. Yeah, make some squirrels. Pass the turn. I mean, that's a lot of squirrels. That's a lot of squirrels. Oh, you bounce the copy. I see. Oh, that's a cool combo. Opponent. Gets a land and has the sweeper. Galvanic Relay would have been sweet last turn. Ox of Agonis. Draw some lands past the turn. Well, we got a little mini storm combo. That's the hard part of... that's the hard part of not having access to... getting back Languish. That's the hard part of not going fully infinite. Oh yeah. Well, that's... Well, alright. Backside of Burgie. Oh my god. Really? Okay. Ouch. No, alright. Narset, and that means we're done. Jeez, oh, this was best of one? Oh, no wonder. Oh, you're playing that format. We're playing that format. Wow, opponent had a lot of answers. Alright, let's see if we can actually get a full combo. Yeah, I mean, control is is probably the best archetype. I think if you see the pros talking about it on Twitter, oh yeah, Best of One is pretty. I consider Best of One unplayable right now in Historic. I don't know how long they're gonna wait until they deal with the Cascade into Tybalt's Trickery archetype, but until they do, I feel like Best of One is in a really, really bad spot. So hopefully the answer is they do it soon. Because I assume they want people to play that format, but... Oh, it says Feather? Oh, boot it. Tap land. Passes. Well, alright, Steamkin. Go. Well, if we could... If we could get to this Galvanic Relay, we might have a shot. Opponent gets a land. Plays a land. Well, Warlord's Fury. Draw a card. Not a full combo, but a little mini combo. Ooh, Arachnomancer. I think you gotta wait. Crash through. Draw a card. Land on red. Crash through. Draw a card. Go to combat, hit ya. And yeah, let's Galvanic Relay. Alright, set up for next turn. I played way too much against Jeskai Control in Best of One. Yeah, I mean, I think that's partly because of... Oh no, no lands. I think that's partly... Okay, there's a land. I think that's partly because of Trickery, though. I think part of the reason we see so much control... Oh yeah, I think in Best of 3... And Best of 3, Trickery isn't really a deck, and Control is number one. Whoa! Oh, we scared them away. Actually, probably their Mana Screw scared them away, but... we put these cards on the sideboard and we didn't actually add Wish. That's awkward. Yeah, we were gonna play Wish, but we didn't actually add it. I guess we should change that. Hello, Chrome! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I feel like part of the reason that control decks are so popular... Oh, let me see links. In Best of One is they're the way to beat Trickery. Like, Trickery beats up on things that can't interact on the stack. And the way to beat Trickery is to interact on the stack. So I think that is the biggest reason why we see it being so popular. Ooh, Soulscar Mage. Well, tap land go. Opponent. Ooh, Mox Amber. How has Mox Amber been? Underworld Breach. That looks sweet. Another looting. Well, let's play an Archomancer. Go. Alright, opponent kills it. Sure. Hits us. Well, let's Burgee. Would be nice if one of these stuck. Jeskai Creativity is super popular, then Control took over because it beats that. Yeah. In Best of 3, I think that's the pattern. There's the Feather. Opponent goes attacking. Hits us. Well, let's see what we can do. Faithless Looting. We need more pieces to actually combo. Discard. I mean, I guess that's technically free. Oh, is there any way we can win here? Going to be interesting. Discard, discard. Faithless. Ugh. Faithless looting. Go digging. Ooh, Burgee. Discard. Discard. Yeah. I think we got to try to get the backside of Burgee down. What's the gist of this deck? Also happy for Delver. I think it's going to be interesting to see what Delver can do in Historic. I don't think it can. I don't think it's going to break standard or anything. This is a storm deck that we're trying to storm in Historic. We played a Mono Red Storm as a budget deck a few months ago, and this is an updated version with some green cards. So, Seth, once it's possible to do so, I'd like you to play the Grixis Curse Commander, and then whenever you cast a curse on Crim, because, you know, it's Grixis Karma, you say, curse you, Crim. That sounds spectacular. I appreciate that plan. Alright, Harnfeld. Unsure how we can win from here, though, past the turn. We just got nothing going on about it. Well, Feather decks when they have Feather are a lot better than Feather decks when they don't have Feather. Is Cardboard Live just not working? It might not be up because we're playing Moto today, and then we just switched over for the last bit of the stream, so I think it might not be working because it might not be turned on. All right, here they come. So I guess we have to literally win the game this turn. That seems like a long shot. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 5. Gets back their spells. Well, we draw Spike Field Hazard. Well, here we go. Discard Spike Field Hazard. Discard Grape Shot. So a Narcomancer. Does this do it? So play Angus. Oh, we don't have enough red, right? Yeah, we need one more piece. So this doesn't actually work. Because we run out of red mana. Yeah, we need 2 Anarchomancers. Alright. Yeah, I think we just got feathered. Yeah. Well, Anarchomancer does seem like it has potential. I like that it's cheaper than Hazoret's Monument, although I do like that Hazoret's Monument can loot for our finishers. I mean, there is some appeal to Cursing Tomer as well. There is upside there. I wonder if some of the Boros spells from mid will see play in Feather. Yeah, what are the best cheap Innistrad Midnight Hunt spells in Boros? I'm trying to... There's nothing that is stuck out as, like, super feathery to me, but it's possible that I have overlooked it. Feather's not a deck that I normally think about a ton. Yeah, it's a bit expensive, the X1. Cheap and cantrippy is the featherway. What do you think about Angel Fire Ignition? That's another one where if it was an instant, I think that would be a really powerful card. As a sorcery, it's probably good in limited, but it feels so easy to get blown out. Where you're just gonna like try to put it on a creature and you're gonna get frostbitten and wrecked. Well, we got a Chatterstorm. Go squirrels. Well, Stomping Grounds tapped. Go. Yeah, 3 mana is kind of a lot too. If it was an instant, I think. If it was an instant, I think it would be good. Maybe it could work in. Maybe it could work in Feather. Even being a bit on the expensive side. I mean, it is powerful. The Lifelink's nice, and Indestructible's nice. Opponent. Chatterstorm is sweet though. White offers some neat upsides, but I really like Chatterstorm. That's definitely one of the spicier new Storm cards. Well, I mean, I think we go for it. Whether or not it lives, that remains to be seen. Opponent untaps with a Dreadhorde Arcanist, Bustarino, and Rubao Craig, and so how's things been, Chuck? Oh, yeah, that's bad. Bad. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you got us. Dreadhorde Arcanist is quite a card. So if we play this, it dies. Well, I guess we Faithless Looting. Discard. Yeah, we're just kind of hard locked out of doing anything. Well, Stomping Grounds. Go. What do you think of Faithful Absence? Destroy target creature, planeswalker, its controller investigates. Think that's going to be a really good standard removal spell, and I think that it's probably going to be an upgrade over Decoration in Stone and Historic as well. But yeah, I think that's definitely a really solid card. Are you hyped about the new job? Yeah, we're super dead here. All right, we'll give it one more shot. We'll add the wishes, give it one more shot. I must ask you, I'm building Living End for Modern, but I can't afford the Force of Negations. So what do you suggest using in those slots? Sorry for my brain grammar is panic, not my first language. No need to apologize. I know a bit about bad grammar and spelling, so and it is my first language, so I don't even have an excuse. Mama Boo! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. So, what would I replace? All right, let's all right, let's give it a go. So what would I replace Force of Negation with? So unfortunately, there isn't actually a replacement for Force of Negation. So it's not like there's not a budget Force of Negation, really. I would probably just not play a counter. Ricochet Trap is kind of like a cute sideboard option. I don't know if I'd main deck it, but if you don't have Force of Negation, maybe I consider that in the sideboard because it can work like a counter specifically to win a counter war. That's an old pre-Force of Negation trick. So I probably wouldn't play it in the main deck, but I'd probably play it in the sideboard and then bring it in the matchups where you where you need access to it. In the main deck, I guess it would probably either be more new Evoke Elementals or just more cycling cards. I think one or the other, most likely. And just try to dodge the counter matchups. Discard. Mystic Dispute could fit. Yeah, Mystic Dispute's not bad. Although, if you can't play Force Negation, I'm not sure if I would play any counters main deck in Living End. You can't play Pact to Negation because you can't play anything that costs less than 2 or less than 3. Because you gotta be able to cascade into your Living Ends. So if you play anything that costs less, then it ends up fizzling the cascade plan. Oh, play a land, play this. I guess we draw with Warlord's Fury. Well, we're getting a little close. Pass the turn. Yeah, Mystic Dispute's a good sideboard option. I'm a single mother. Anything gets me out of the house is like a rave made of popsicle robots. Oh, well. Enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any kids, thankfully, at the moment, but I did grow up with a bunch of little brothers and sisters, so I could see how getting away could be nice once in a while. Can you update the deck list? Remind me after this game, and I will try to grab you the link. We just kind of build it as we were going along once we switched to Arena, so I will get you the link after the game. Huh. Well, Spikefield Hazard. Grinding Angus. About it. Oh, this is... Oh, jeez. Memory lapse. This looks like the creativity deck. Are the Innistrad sets just different names for the same thing? Or is Crimson Vow coming out the same time as Midnight Hunt? So there is Innistrad Midnight Hunt that's coming out in a couple of weeks. And then in November, the next Innistrad set is coming out. Crimson Vow. So it's actually 2 different sets. One of them in September, one of them in November, I believe. Well, Grinding Angus. Oh, come on now. As Angus isn't even doing anything. Alright, pass the turn. Well, the thing is that the metagame in my LGS doesn't have many counter spells. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have to deal with many counter spells, then I would probably... I guess it would depend a little bit on your meta. Maybe Graveyard Hate would be something that you would want to fight against. Otherwise, like, when in doubt, just add in more cyclers, and you really can't go wrong. It just adds consistency, and it works with the main game plan. So, worst case, throw in something else, a big creature that cycles for 1 mana, and it should be fine. Well, Faithless Looting. Discard. And discard. Hazaret's Monument. Boy, there are a lot of control decks in this format, aren't there? What are your thoughts on Hagra Constrictor? Been trying to brew up a super menace, outvalue the opponent, or it's not that great of a card mechanic. Hagra Constrictor. Let me... Wow, main deck veto. Ouch. Well, boom. Hagra Constrictor enters with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has Menace. So it seems like a fun, like, budgety build around. I don't think it's especially powerful. A 3-mana... I think the big deal is a 3-mana 2/2 is just pretty under the curve. So I think that's kind of the issue. And then Menace is nice, but Menace is going to be better the bigger your creatures are, because they can hit your opponent and deal damage. Yeah, all right. Oh, well, so far our storming plan is not going well. So I think it could be fun to build like an ultra budget deck around or something. Oh, we don't even really have ways to beat this out of the sideboard. Ooh, oh, poor Storm. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like the easiest way for a Storm to win is just go infinite. Maybe, huh. So I feel like maximizing your odds of going infinite is the easiest way to win with Storm. But then that doesn't leave a lot of space to add in the new cards, because so many of your pieces are dedicated. Goblin and Archomancer, I think, is the most impressive of the new cards that we've tried so far. Galvanic Relay's okay, but it doesn't really help with the combo. It helps if you, like, pseudo-combo and then set up for the next turn. Yeah, Infinite Mutate is something we've done before. What do you think about Mono Red Devotion with Mana Gorger Phoenix? Ooh. That could be fun to try. Historic needs Nykthos, I think. I think that's the biggest thing. I think that's the biggest thing that we're missing is something like Nykthos. But we played a mono red like Harmonic Shaman deck a little bit that was Devotion adjacent, so maybe something along those lines could be sweet. I've seen Mana Gorger in just like mono red aggro. I guess the other question is, what's the payoff for Devotion? I guess Mogus's Fanatic is probably the big one at the moment. Is there anything else? I guess you can play like a Banefire or something. Yeah, I could see a fun like, I don't think it would compete with the top tier decks of the meta, but as far as like being functional and fun and super cheap, that's where I could see Hagar Constrictor being pretty good. And I think you could build like a cool deck around it. Yeah, and Archomancer's sweet. And Archomancer is one of the big cards in the Shaman deck too that has been really good. I think that's still just the most impressive deck we've played in Historic since Historic Horizons came out. The ramp is good. A 2/2 for 2 is fine. Alright, we're going to give it a go. One more shot. Can we storm off one time in the face of infinite control decks in Historic? So what is our best anti-control deck? I kind of feel like some sort of taxes deck with Mana Tithe could be really good right now. I mean, we gotta go for it. We need one turn. About it. Come on, we got a shot. It would be so sweet if we could go off. I always play a 3-2 split of Grape Shot Banefire to get around 9 lives. That makes sense. Opponent plays a land, passes. Stomping Grounds. Angus. Please don't counter us. Oh, where's our Veil of Summer? Angus. So we do this a bunch, and then we try to Faithless Looting into Grape Shot. Alright, well, we have another Angus. So we still do this a bunch. Get our Storm Current as high as possible. And then see if Faithless Looting can get us there. Pick him up, put him down, pick him up, put him down. Come on. Let's get the Storm kill. Is there a new Teferi in Innistrad? There is. Although it looks surprisingly fun. It doesn't look like a brutal Drago control planeswalker. It is, yeah, there is a real Teferi in Innistrad. But I actually like it. I think it could actually be a pretty sweet card. Alright, Grinning Angus. Big it up. Grinning Angus. Big it up. Looting. Okay, I think that's enough. Wish should do it. Discard, discard. Well, Angus. Big it up. We have just enough mana. Angus. Big it up. I don't know what our storm count is. I have no idea. I guess we can wish. Let's wish now. We get our mana back anyway. Oh, it still doesn't. I just want to know what our storm count is. Alright, 13. Let's go with 13. Pick it up. 14. I mean, we have that amount of mana floating, so it's got to be at least that high, right? 15. 16. This is a turn 4 kill, right? Turn 3 kill? This is about as good as it gets for our storm deck. And a Narcomancer, one of our new additions, is paying off. I like a Narcomancer in this deck. All right, this has got to be enough. Wish. Oh, Chatterstorm for 24. Well, unfortunately, I think we just gotta win. Chatterstorm would be sweet, but yes. All right, there's our storm kill. All right. That's what Storm can do when it comes together, and you dodge the hate, and you dodge the counters. Actually, that was through a counter, even. Our opponent had the Archmage's Charm, but, I mean, Burgie, an Archomancer, Grinning Angus. Yeah, it would have been sweet to make a ton of squirrels, but then we just get wrathed and lose. Maybe we should have done it anyway, just for the memes. All right, 6-5, 4. The slowest grape shot killing in the world. Oh yeah, it's brutally slow. Some really epic win conditions don't have any animations, and then grape shot has the slowest, like most repeatable animation. Ping, ping. All right, can we actually win a match against this deck? Oh, Professor Onyx would be a good finisher for sure. Pew, 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 indeed. All right, one more shot. This time, if we get to combo off, I think we're gonna get grape shot, or we're gonna get the squirrels, and if we lose, we lose. It'll be worth it. Although we might just get countered a million times and cry. That is kind of what Jeskai Control does. Well, one more day of Innistrad spoilers, and then Monday for the Commander spoilers, and then what, a week-ish until we actually get to play with the new cards. Growing a beard? Ooh. Well, welcome to the beard family, Teen Sue. Yeah, next time if we get another shot and we manage to combo again, we'll just get the squirrels. Hey, see you, Roxy Venture. See you on Tuesday. Yeah, almost time for Innistrad. Almost. A week from today, right? I think a week from today, we will get the set in digital. How playable do you think Day and Night is? A lot of the individual Day and Night cards seem strong enough to see play. So I guess that's a good sign for the mechanics seeing play. Yeah, we got a looting. That's fine. No combo pieces, but a bunch of redraws. You mentioned Death and Taxes may suggest Archon of Absolution. Non-legendary 3/2 for 4, but has fine protection from white, and says opponents can't attack you or planeswalkers you control without paying 1 for each creature they own. Yeah, I think that's a really good option, especially against like white aggro based decks. That can kind of just shut them down. Ooh, that'll be sweet, Benny. Why do you have the day off school already? Didn't school just start? Do you think a 2-color deck in Historic should have blue dual lands in their mana base so they can use counters against the combo Historic decks? Oh, that's tough. I think if you're playing best of 1, you got to do something. We actually played against... Jun Sacrifice the other day in best of 1. And they were splashing blue. So they went from 3 colors to 4 colors. So they could play Test of Talents. So they could try to beat the Trickery decks. So if you're running into Trickery constantly, that probably is the way to go. There's just not a lot of other options. Alright, opponent, iterating. But it is painful to have to add a whole nother color of mana, both budget-wise and just consistency-wise. About it. Untap land. So does it mean more memory lapses? Hazoret's Monument. About it. Alright, resolved. Spike Field Hazard. Go. Well, okay. 1 synergy piece down. Still got a ways to go. Field of Ruin in Innistrad is essential. Like, if we didn't have access to Field of Ruin, I don't think Standard would be functional. Like, it's a really important card to making Standard work. So, super excited for that reason. Well, Warlord's Fury. Draw a card. Faithless Looting. Oh, draw a million lands. Spike Field Hazard, big yeah. Doesn't do a ton until we get creatures. No looting effects. Yeah, Commander on Arena would be a mess. Ether Gust, okay. That's actually fine, because it still ups... Oh, yeah, Maybe Hazoret's Monument is not going to be good if we're... Huh. Yeah, maybe we got to get rid of Hazoret's Monument if we're going to be playing all these new cards. The old version was a lot more creature heavy. Hazoret's Monument not giving us a discount on things like Galvanic Relay is actually really bad. Well, an Archomancer. For some reason, I was thinking we got a discount on all of our red cards, but it's only creatures, and that's kind of potentially not even worth it. Opponent. I'll discard. Actually, you know what? Forget it. Galvanic Relay. Opponent is all about countering everything we do, that's for sure. About it. Yeah. It's a bit worse than that. Not only is it only creatures, it's also legendary, so you can't stack it up. Land. Actually, well, yeah, play the land. Pass the turn. Well, we'll see about it. Letting their clock run. Untaps. Yeah, medallions might be fine in historic. Hey, see ya, Betty. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Tuesday for almost Innistrad. About it passes. Well, an Archomancer. Please stop countering our stuff. Discard. Looting. Alright, but has Lightning Helix. Oh my god. Infinite lands, okay. I'll play another land. Pass the turn. About it. Yeah, it seems likely that Avacyn will come back eventually. An Archomancer. Not being able to flashback our lootings is really slowing us down. Yeah, we played a land from exile. Ay, that's a lot of lands. Well, Wish. Alright. Counter number 40. Pass the turn. Will they ever run out? Opponent. What do you got? Declaration Stone. Alright, Pony is all about interacting, that is for sure. Sack the clue. Well, Merchant of the Veil. I mean, opponent's down to 2 cards. Eventually, we're just going to run them out of interaction 1 card at a time, incredibly slowly. Runaway Steamkin. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. What do they find? We're getting close. Oh my god, Declaration in Stone. Again. Oh, opponent. Thinking about passing. Well, we will crack the clue. Could use another Galvanic Relay. Spikefield Hazard. Grape Shot. Well, we will Wish. Alright. Counter number 49. Play Spikefield Hazard. Go attacking. 1 card in hand. 1 card in hand. Opponent. Passing. Wish. Opponent. Thinking. This has been a grind. Yeah, we have all kinds of things we can do if we can resolve. Okay, we resolved a spell, sort of. The question is, what do we do now? I sort of feel like the best option is just Ox of Agonis to refill our hand. Yeah, this has definitely been annoying. Well, Ox of Agonis. About it. Go attack. What can you whiff for once? 3 Ether Guzz, 3 Memory Lapses, 2 Decade Stones. Harnfeld. Aww. Oh, did you not take a counter, Jeskai? Aww. Poor Jeskai. Chandra. Well, we're going to try to win the game this turn, hopefully. About it. Emblems. Okay. Well, here we go. This is our turn to go for it. We get pinged. Sure. We play Burgie. We decline. We play Ox of Agonis. We get back some mana. Okay, we gotta be able to go from here. We got to. Come on. We draw some cards. Crash through for free. Can we win the game through all these counters? Galvanic Relay. Discard. Spike Field Hazard. There's the Ingus. Ingus. Trigger, trigger. Loot away the relay. Pick it up. Play it. Discard the Ox, and this should be it, right? We just do this until we win. There's the Wish. Okay, I think we can squirrel. We can squirrel. We can actually. Well, we know the squirrels are not good enough. Do we squirrel anyway, even though we know it's not good enough? Oh, there's the grape shot. Oh, well, we know that's good enough. We're going for it. We gotta do the squirrels. That was the whole point of this. Do we have one in our main deck? I don't remember if we left one in our main deck or not. I mean, we can win. I would like to squirrel win, though, because that was kind of the goal. But winning is not a problem. We will be able to win. But can we squirrel? That's the real question. Can we squirrel win? Discard the looting. Stomping Grounds. Ingus. Discard the land. Ingus. Trigger. Discard the land. An Archomancer. Pick it up, put it down. So I want to win with squirrels. That's the question. Yeah, we gotta jump through some hoops to win with the squirrels because of Chandra. We need to be able to give them haste, which I'm not sure we're gonna have the mana to do. Angus, but I mean, it's still impressive that our opponent had a ridiculous amount of interaction. We have 12 cards in our deck. I mean, we can win at any time, but I want to see if we can win with the squirrels. We can win at any time by just tutoring up Grape Shot, I believe, with our Wish. But ideally, I want to see if it's possible if we can win with squirrels. I'm hoping. I can't remember if we left one squirrel in our main deck or not. If we do, then it's easy, because then we can cast. We can tutor up. Well, I think it's easy. We'll see. Well, we're gonna keep going till we draw the. Okay, there's Chatterstorm. Huh. So we can Wish. That uses red mana. Are we a red mana short? Hey, what's up, Mana Leggin? Are we a red mana short? I think. Well, Wish. Or no, we should be good, because this is going to make a red mana, so we're fine. So we Wish. We Wish for. Yeah, obviously, Burgie makes the mana. First day of class. First day class. Chatterstorm. Hasty Squirrels. We did it! 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 Oh, yes. Get some triggers. That is 22 hasty 2/2 squirrels, and it's possible, and it is spectacular, and that is against all the hate, all the counters in the world. The Grafdigger's Cage. Opponent had it all, and the squirrels didn't care. Oh, wow! I can't believe we won that game. That was actually spectacular. All right. Not bad, not bad. Here they come. The cutest beatdown. Wow, our opponent's sitting through the entire thing too, so shout out to our opponent. Well, go to combat. Attack you. Yes! And the squirrel win! Well, that was a Night Arch Burglar Lord. That was a good way to go out. That was a good way to go out. So I think new and improved updated Storm, that was an impressive match. I think it definitely needs some tuning. I think there is a way to make the green cards work. After messing around with it, I think that the Wish plan is maybe the best plan because there's just not a lot of space in the deck for all the combo pieces. I do think that Hazaret's Monument, maybe that, I guess that's only a one of now, but that felt a little bit clunky. A Narcomancer felt insane, so I think with the Wish plan, we can make something like this work, and there's good games and bad games, but the good games are spectacular, and that was a good way to go out for our stream for tonight. So, on that note, everyone, that brings us to the end of our stream for tonight. We played some Modern, we stormed off at Historic, so quick reminders, replay YouTube. That's where you'd find all the old streams. That was a super sweet win. That was one of my favorite wins we've had in a while. So spoiler videos, tons of other stuff going up on the YouTube. Replay YouTube, that's where you'd find all the old streams. One more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom, and if you're looking for some Innistrad Midnight Hunt cards, you can get them from cardkingdom.com. Everything else as well. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Let them know you want one. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Seriously, thanks for hanging out tonight, everyone. I appreciate y'all so much. So thank you, everyone. I hope you have an amazing night. I hope you have a spectacular weekend. No stream on Monday because one more spoiler day. We got Commander spoilers Monday, so I'll be doing spoiler videos. So next week, Tuesday and Thursday, should have Innistrad on Thursday. Looking forward to that. So have a great weekend. I'll see you all next week, and I will talk to you soon.